So funny.
What's good, y'all? I know we're a little bit late, but I thought somebody had said
Y'all
something.
ready?
I thought somebody had said something.
Girl, I thought somebody said it wasn't twins. Something was wrong with the twins. It was her pancreas that was swollen. I heard all kind of stuff.
I thought
Oh, you ain't
somebody
hear
had
that?
said something, Allie. But was it me?
Yeah.
Was it me, Allie? Was it you, Allie?
Yeah, yeah. I heard all kind of
Last
stuff.
time I checked, we just be clocking what we be clocking. We be giving it to you how we give it to you, and Allie always gonna give it to you in the nick of time.
In the nick of time.
I thought somebody had
Mm-hmm.
said something. What's good, y'all? Welcome into another episode of our Sisters Keeper, the live Sisters
Yes.
Aftershow. Starring your good sis you love to talk TV with, and the incomparable.
Allie Nick, giving it to y'all when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
Not don't
What they
start.
said, sis?
Not on one trust one, no one. Don't be talking about some don't start. Baby, I already got started. The sisters on BET Instagram account already started me up. Turn the key.
Huh.
What you mean don't we start?
Hmm. Yes.
Do y'all
Yes.
know how I
Oh, we
floated
gonna
through the
start.
day? Like, I cannot wait.
Hmm.
I cannot wait. When I tell y'all, I am perfectly fine with being a I told you so ho in 2024.
Let's get it.
Because I had said it.
Let's
I
get
had
it.
said it about 18 months ago. And y'all been trying to turn me every which way but loose for the last 18 months. Y'all been dragging me through every last one of these Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, X, Threads, TikTok streets for the last 18 months. If you knew, welcome, boo. But if you not, you know how we do, and I'm finna turn up tonight because I told you host so. And for everybody who's been a real one, a supporter, and can have mature conversations, welcome, boo. We already been here. A lot of these people are just arriving here, but we already been here. Allie, how you feeling tonight?
What's the last thing you said?
How you feeling? I just want to know how you
Girl,
feeling.
I am feeling lovely. I'm feeling. I'm feeling that God's favor always comes in at the nick of time because He may not come when you want Him, but He's always on time.
On time.
And on time these past 7 days, people have been coming for us in ways that have been astounding. Um, Someone told me that Karen was artificially inseminated. Someone told me that it was her pancreas that was swollen. Someone said that it was one of the twins probably was deceased. They didn't even believe that Karen was still pregnant. I've heard in the past 7 seasons, this past week, I've heard all kind of stuff. And I feel so vindicated that God was on our side and that He's always on our side. So I feel absolutely great. And we going to get all the way turned up on this
Hey,
live tonight. Because everybody who has something to say, we coming.
everybody who has
We
something to
coming.
say,
Ain't no humility tonight. Ain't no humility tonight. Mm-mm.
all of y'all
Mm-mm.
that has something to
Mm-mm.
say.
Nope. Nope.
It's very much so giving jovial. It's very much so giving validation. It's very much so giving. You need to be subscribed if you're not already. If you sitting in there lurking, if you part of the people who tried to drag me, tried to drag Allie, tried to be real crazy, it's fine, boo. It's fine. The apology could come by
It's
hitting the
fine.
subscribe button and don't do that again. Okay?
Period.
Trust us. We got this.
Period.
How y'all feeling? I gotta
We
ask the
got it.
chat too before we get into it. Cause I'm clearly y'all could tell what I'm on tonight, right? So wanna make sure I check in with y'all, how everybody doing, How y'all feeling? Do we got any birthdays? Anything before we get down into the nitty gritty? Because there's a lot of things that went down in this episode, aside from things that just went ahead and validated your good
baby.
sis. And we're going to talk about every last one of them. Let me see who's up in here tonight. Hey,
Every
shout out to
last
our
one.
moderator, Von C. If you new here, Von C, we'll get
Yes.
you together. If you don't know how to come correct, I appreciate you, Von C. Shout out to all the members up in the chat. Money Green Tay, Tiffany Banks. I think I saw Shari, Kimberly Felder. And shout out to y'all to be talking to me in the Discord, because we be having conversations throughout the week as the episodes, we waiting for the episodes to roll down. Dang, y'all was in here for real. I want to scroll all the way up and see who I can see. Angela was good. Orange Pepper was good. Drop how y'all feeling while I shout y'all out. Hey, Kayla, you seem new up in here. Sorry we're a little late, boo, but welcome. I love how you spell your name. All of course. Oh, Ollie, my bad. Ollie, welcome in, boo. Pammy, how are you? Queen, Kayla, boo, how are you? Hey, Perspective Plans, you already know what's going down tonight. Hey, Just Danielle. Hey, Jada, how are you, honey? Tracy B, hey, boo. And shout out to all y'all that DM me. When that daggone Instagram dropped, Allie, you sent it to me, and I had checked
Ooh,
because of you. But when I looked, I had so many DMs. I had so many
I
DMs. Y'all
had
was
so
not
many
playing.
DMs today. I've had great conversation today with everybody. Oh, it was amazing. It was,
Love
and
that.
I'm like, you know what's so special? What I'm loving too, and shout out to everybody who was in my comments last week. The camaraderie that I saw for people who
Mm,
love to come and lurk and spew their negativity. Y'all rallied together, came together. I love to see it.
I love
I
it.
love to see it. I was sharing it with Erica.
Listen,
Trade, what's his name? Trade. Oh my God.
love.
You and your wife, and I love the fact that you are a black man who stands up for black women. I absolutely loved it.
Who can call
Absolutely loved it.
BS when BS is afoot? We absolutely love it. Like going into the
Yes.
comment section and seeing
Yes.
people get gathered, and I don't have to be the one to do it. It just warms this area right here. Like it just warms my heart. Dee Dee Taylor, hey
Yes.
boo, hey Tiff Jones. I'm trying to go through the chat as quickly as possible. Mel Cunningham, hey honey, hey Tam. Hey Nikki, baby. Hey Janitor, welcome in, boo. Hey Lynn Williams, hey Jay Tucker. I think I got everybody. 901 Trust No One. Hey boo. Sierra.
Did we get Pamela Reese?
Pamela Reese, hey
I don't know if her
honey.
name was said or not.
Mimi Loves Peace, hey boo.
Yeah,
the
Amy
miss
loves
the
peace.
Missiplet. That just that all up. Dom Supplant. Hey honey, I'll get up. I'm sorry.
We can go with that. Yeah, we love
All
that.
right.
We
Drop
love it.
y'all's ratings. And let me see what y'all was saying. Nobody told me how they was doing tonight. Everybody just saying hi. Oh, you feeling good? Tiffany Banks said I'm feeling good, but that Fatima Hunty,
Good.
that Fatima Hunty, that's about right.
Mm,
Pammy said she's doing amazing.
mm.
Okay.
Good.
Ain't no else says I'm about to put an APB out on you
Good.
tonight. Listen, y'all might have caught me running through the streets of LA just feeling free. Here, feeling free. Money Green Tay said Erica about to be like, pow, pow,
Yes.
pow.
Okay, Tasha Mac.
I love it. I
Yes,
love
Papa
it.
Pound.
Okay, so we dropping some
Angie say she
ratings.
mellow.
Come on, Mello. Naps for Days is giving it an 8. Queen Kayla Boo, this was a 10. She said, I'm going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
10. Money Green Tay says, I'm applying pressure tonight, y'all. Gonna get it done. Wife, like, the team carrying all day. Big Bully gonna end up with nothing. Big Bully gonna end up with nothing.
Not Big Bully.
Tam B gives it an 8. Dee Dee Taylor gives it a 10. Lynn Williams gave it a 7. Angie gave it a 6. Ollie says I'm doing fabulous tonight. I love it. Everybody's in good spirits. Everybody
Yes,
feeling
Ollie.
right.
Oh, yes.
Listen here. LaVivian gives it
Yes.
a 10. Okay. Demetria, an
A
8. Tiffany Banks, an
10.
8. Did I say Angie a 6? Lynn, a 7. Orange Pepper, a 9. Tamara
Emma
Williams said a
Johnson a
100.
9.
Not too much Tamara
Oh,
Williams now.
okay,
I don't
Samara.
know because I feel like
Give
a
it that
100 would
one
not include
hun. That hun
Daniela.
done.
For them to get 100 out of me, they're
Give
gonna
me
have to
that
drop
Honda,
Daniela.
girl.
They're gonna have to drop Daniela Alley. I'm not gonna be able to do it no more. For them to get 100 out of me, they're gonna have to drop Daniela. She is the weakest link. Goodbye.
She is the weakest link. I was thoroughly irritated by the. We'll get to that. D Lovely gives it a
A
9.
mess.
Kimberly Felder gives it an 8. Yeah,
Come on, Erica. Where do you want to start?
8.5.
I
Raw
got Karen on the brain.
47.
We all got Karen on the brain.
Andy said Gary gonna take out Fatima. Oh
He about to
man.
switch his focus. You got Karen on the brain. Even the haters got Karen on the brain, but they never want to admit it. But we can't start there. Okay, we can't start there. Sebra, this is my first time seeing your name. You might not be new
People, you
here.
love Danny?
You might not be new here, but don't get your feelings hurt. You can love Danny, but I could also comfort her. Those two things can exist as long as you allow them to. Okay, babes? Go ahead and prep yourself because this is going to be one for the books tonight when it comes to Daniela. All right. Ellie.
Wait a minute. Before we get into it, DNC Greatness gives this episode a 10. I don't think
Ooh,
I ain't never seen.
I
I
don't know if
ain't
I've
never
ever remember
seen.
seeing it either. I'm in such a nice mood. There was enough factors to truly make me happy without even watching. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
I don't know what you giving the episode, Allie. I don't know if I'm giving it a 10.
I'm not giving it a 10. I'm probably I'm between 7.5 and 8 though.
Yeah,
But I did
I'm
enjoy
at
this
an 8.
episode.
I'm definitely at an 8. I could do an 8.
Yeah.
I can let an 8 go real easily. Aaron is back. Guess who's
Yeah.
back? Back again. Yes.
My baby.
Look at
My
how he
baby.
looking.
My
Him
baby.
looking how he
My
looking.
oh. Mm, my
All right. All right, we
boo.
gotta get to work. We gotta
Oh
get to work, Ellie.
God.
We sitting here cutting up.
Okay, let's go.
I want to go with all the
Let's go.
periphery. Let's
Okay.
do all of the Lunchables. Let's do all of the non-sustenance ass meals of tonight's dinner. All the little plates that were just like the little
Okay.
appetizers, the little fringe things, you know. So like, while
Okay.
I love her and going to root for her, and she's been up to a series regular. So shout out to Miss Angie Bientz, I believe, playing
Yes.
Pam.
Yes.
Girl,
Yes.
nobody asked you to give us poetic justice. He do not want to smell or taste your punani. Stop acting a monkey fool and do some work here. Stop it, Pamela. Just
But
stop
let
it.
me tell you, I loved it. I loved it. I'm not even going front. It was useless, but it was hilarious because when in the fact that they were in a salon made it even more poetic justice. Oh, that scene did my heart joy because what is just one of my favorite movies, and that thing was so funny.
I mean, I get it. I love the
But
reference. I love
yes,
the movie. But it felt a little forced for
yeah,
me.
but
It felt a little forced.
it felt forced. It did, but they should. But see, this is where they messed up at. They should have started with the line right before that, where she was like, "This fine young dark brother says he want to smell my punani." That's what they should like make it.
Yeah.
But this is at the end of the day, it still is Pam. But I'm like, I would have loved to see her kind of flip her character a little bit more to play that little sensual.
Right.
Like you already play ratchet and nasty, but can we
Right.
get a little sensuality out of you? But yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Like help us buy into it. Cause we know that he not interested in your ass. So even if you about to play with him, like play with him. Like it just felt real forced. It felt a little
it went
bit
on.
rush. Um
Yeah, but it was funny. I
it was
laughed. I
definitely a
laughed
comedic
hysterically.
moment. It was a comedic moment. Pam always gonna give
Yeah,
funny. She always gonna give
yeah,
Kiki. We also get to see Pam talking to Aaron,
yeah.
and they cut before they get to have further conversation. Aside from he's gonna probably invest because Aaron is gonna Aaron. She talked about I need an
He's
investor.
going Aaron.
Girl, you should call him to begin with, but okay. And they cut before
Yeah,
they actually get off the phone, and we go to a whole nother scene. Do we think that Pamela is the reason why he makes it over to that damn hospital?
that's what I believe.
Mm.
That's what I believe because I like the way that he respected the fact that Karen did not want to talk to him. So he
Mm-hmm.
did not text or call her phone. He called the salon, knowing 9 times out of 10 he was going to get Pam. And I believe she is the reason why he goes there.
And I don't want to
I
hear
do.
nothing, nada, Nathaniel from Not a Soul, because if Fatima can pop up, Mr. Aaron Carter can pop up. And Zach is finished his britches, and I
Okay.
cannot wait to see it. Cannot wait to see it.
Oh my
Listen here, I know that
God.
Karen is in a very
Yeah.
stressful circumstance. I get that this is all getting kind of messy, but at the end of the day, it still feels like it's coming up wins for her. Like, she might have had the uncomfortable moment of watching Fatima
Thanks.
walk in, but now she gets the joy of watching Aaron ass walk in. Love that for her.
Mm. But she also got the joy of seeing of Fatima walking in, witnessing the joy on Zach's face. But we could get to that when we get
Ooh,
to
we
that.
gonna get to
So
that.
you know,
We gonna get to that other periphery.
um, yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
gonna get
go
to
ahead
that.
and take it to Miss Daniela King,
Yeah.
because, girl, when I say don't nobody care, I really mean don't nobody care. I know I don't. And maybe some of y'all do, but I tell you I don't. I damn don't. Period, point blank. The fact that we are up in the
I don't give
therapist
a two damn.
office and we are trying to validate our angst and issues with our significant other having his kids come to live with him simply by, oh, the kids might try to get the mama and the daddy back together, but the mama's being deployed. Girl, go piss on somebody else's leg and tell them it's raining. You think the kids are going to hate you. You don't want to make no effort to get to know these kids. You immediately went to a place of like, piss on somebody else's leg, Daniela, and tell them it's raining because you're full of shit. Allie.
And I'm me full of it. Uh, um, hmm. First of all, when they played the preview last week, where Danny goes to, they did show a preview of her where she says, "My whole life is a wreck." So in my mind, I was like, okay, I just want to see if, like, what is going on that she feels this way. Then when it was revealed because of these damn kids, I used your line. I said, Danny, go to hell. Of all the things that's going on, I did. I said, girl, go to hell. Of all the things that's going on, you chose this as what's making your life a wreck. The fact that his children is causing so much chaos and confusion in your life, that lets you know you need to walk away. Because you haven't even been around these kids but a good what, 30 seconds? You haven't even been around them, because she did not say that, well, I've been spending time with him and the kids. She didn't say that.
Nope.
So 30 seconds has caused all of this. I said, girl, and I think this is what's gonna piss me off about this whole thing with her being in therapy, is if her therapy sessions are like this.
Yeah.
Nothing is being accomplished. And then you bring up movie themes that has absolutely nothing to do with your reality. That's it, girl.
And then had the
I
nerve to
really
go
was
tell
like, wow,
Sabrina doing the work and healing is hard. Girl, you're not healing, honey. You in there being
you
dumb as
ain't healed
hell.
nothing.
You were in there being dumb as hell. Like, okay, you sabotage, you run away. That's a clear issue. That's the thing to work on. You're not running away because you don't think the kids gonna like you. You're not running away because you think that he gonna leave you for the girl, because you almost broke up with him. What is it
Yes,
really? Who is it really? And for me, it's
yeah,
like, now we got the kids because they just pop up and this becomes a thing. What were you talking about before the kids popped up? Because you need to stay on that agenda. That needs to be the focus.
yes,
Those kids are not a problem to you. Like you said, you spent 30 seconds with these damn kids. And you always knew that he had them.
yeah,
And if you really want us to believe that these kids are going to be this much of a problem for you, you need to give me a little bit more meat to chew on, Daniela, because what about it? You're gonna, oh,
yes,
the third reason was, oh, I'm gonna get attached and then they're gonna go. You don't even like them to begin with. You don't even want them around to begin with. You have made absolutely no effort to understand or to learn these children at all. So you're gonna get attached? Ho, you're not even attached to the girls that you call your sisters, that you expect to know all their damn business while not telling them a damn bit of yours. You're not even attached to them up. We ain't seen you call your mama. We ain't seen you
Come
call your
on.
daddy. We ain't seen you call a brother, sister, cousin. You are attached to nobody. So you damn sure ain't getting attached to his kids. Daniela beefing for real. And when I tell you you're the weakest link, you're the fucking weakest link. And if I could vote your ass up off this island, I swear to God I would, because you're dead weight, ho. You're dead weight. Daniela is a
Period.
waste of time on my damn television screen. And yes, the therapy storyline could give, but it ain't giving. So it's about to
It
have to
ain't giving.
go.
Mm-mm. Yes, I feel the same way. And even if this was going to be the bull crap that they gave us, when Danny began to tell the therapist why she was there or what was going on in her life, and the therapist began to chuckle, and she was like, I don't find this funny. She was like, I'm not laughing at you. It's just your delivery. I said, let's stay there.
Hello.
Let's stay there. Is your delivery. Because if you want people to take you seriously, if you want people to have a care and concern about really what's going on in your life, maybe you need to consider, why do you deliver your information the way that you do? Because the way that you deliver it comes off as comical, and it comes off as if you really don't care. I was like, so
So why
let's
in the
just
hell
stay
should
there.
anybody else?
We ain't got nothing else to say. Exactly. So if the therapist is laughing at you, imagine how your friends or your sisters see you or receive the things that you say. But I'm like, yeah,
Oh, but they
y'all
don't
really,
know any
y'all
of this.
diluting this therapy thing,
The crazy
which is
thing
true.
is, yes, how the sister seeing you, but they don't know any of this because you don't even share the bullshit. Like, you're sharing the bullshit with your therapist, and you don't even share this with them. But then you expect for them to share everything with you. When I tell you I am on Daniela's ass so hard the rest of this season, there is no letting up. And there is it's getting very much so close to the point of there is no actual redemption. Because in addition to you planting that damn therapist's face, where she should have been wherever the hell she was at that made her late, she should have stayed there. Because I promise you, whatever you was doing was worth more with your time than sitting across from Daniela and let her play in your face like that, Miss Lady. She just wasted your damn time. Your
Yes,
asses is getting nowhere. If her damn, the moment that her copay don't come through, drop her ass. Cause I'm pretty sure that she's not even worth the cost of her butt in this damn seat. But when we go over to
thanks.
Sabrina's house,
Oh God.
Daniela wants to add
Mm-mm.
insult to injury, because now, in addition to me watching your ass on this therapy seat, playing goofy ass games with your own life, because girl, you're here for you. Ain't nobody gonna benefit from this. Guess what? Carisha's life is gonna go on whether Daniela has a breakthrough or not, whether Daniela heals or not. But in addition to us having to watch you play in this therapist's face about your own life, then you take your goofy ass over to Sabrina's life. You crack jokes about her putting her eggs in a deep freezer as if she's not already anxious, as if she's
Yes.
not already nervous, as if she's not already stressed about this very real procedure that she's going to have to go through because she wants to have kids, and you're not taking that shit seriously. So I'm on your ass about that. Then you have the nerve to say, well, we wouldn't even know about Karen if you ain't running to her at the hospital. You don't need to know. Ho. You're not entitled to your friends every waking moment, every decision. That's the part of friendship that you don't get. When you make a safe space for your friend to share her life with you, when you make a safe space for your friend to actually confide in you, they will. If you don't, they won't. But guess what? They don't owe that to you. I don't know if nobody ever told you that, but I'm going to tell you now. I wish the hell I would get mad because my friend didn't tell me something that happened. She must ain't feel like it. Something must have been going on. The thing I'ma think is, okay, so what do I gotta do to make sure that she know that she can come to me with that? Ellie, I'm gonna go ahead and hush for a second so that you can go ahead and drop your thoughts, because I'm about to light Daniela's ass up, I feel.
No, I just, the more I watch Sisters, the more, because people love to say Karen need to be off the show. She gets on their nerves. They don't want to see her. Danny is a character that I can honestly do without,
Me too.
because what the hell is she bringing? And I think what really got under my skin is that we saw, and you and I do always talk about the dynamic between Karen and Sabrina,
Ooh.
and to see how Sabrina was so open to convey to Karen about her experience, what she went through, how she felt. She was exhausted because they had to give blood. It was very intrusive. The way that she was dealing with a lot of emotions coming out of that room. And then you get to Danny, who's making jokes about the thing that you consider your purpose.
Yep.
And it made me sit there and look as to say, well, why don't you feel comfortable telling Danny how you feel? And when you get to the point where you know your friend really don't care about your feelings, why are you even talking or entertaining her in the first place?
Yep.
Because at this point, I'm starting to feel like, why the hell is Danny there? Like, I don't consider Danny funny. I don't find her humorous. She's like a pain in the ass. Honestly, she's disrespectful to her friends, to the things that they want to do. She has no concern and no sensitivity to that. But you want everybody to bow and cower to you. And even going back to your comment about, well, what was her sneaky ass there doing? We wouldn't have even known if you hadn't have bumped into her. Because I was like, Sabrina, don't say to Danny about Karen. I was really hoping it didn't go in that direction. And when she did, I was like, damn. Because I'm like, finally, we can find out the truth. What does it concern you who fathered Karen's children? It holds no weight in your life. So my thing is, I'm like, you know what? I'm just sick of Danny. I'm just sick of her. I'm tired
Yeah.
of I'm tired of her rudeness. I'm tired of her refusal to be there for her friends, and then she gives them these fake phony ass. Girl, I'm gonna be there for you. We gonna be the auntie. No, you not.
At
You
all.
don't give two damns about what these women are going through. You just don't, because your actions prove that. So she just, girl, I
Yeah, it's
just hate.
like, and it's so wild how much we get it. Like, I was just about to reply to Dee Dee Taylor in the chat, but they said that they never
Uh-huh.
see people say Karen shouldn't be on the show. I see it at least,
Ooh,
bare minimum, at least 10 times a week. I get it sent to me. I get it in
yes,
comments. I might be deleting it on the comments, so y'all probably don't see it once it make it there. But like, it said a lot that Ebony needs to not be on the show because they can't stand Karen.
yeah,
When Daniela has the most horrible storyline right now because of his poor execution, not in concept. And not poor execution in reference to Mignon, because I think that Mignon is playing Danny brilliantly. When I
yes,
tell
she
you
is.
she is committed to all of the goofiness, Mignon is committed to every last ounce of
She,
Daniela's goofiness and delivering it, not missing a goddamn beat, which is also probably why I am so agitated, because I believe her. Like, I believe that she believes the things that she's saying. And something is wrong with Miss
yeah,
Mamas. So, Mignon, kudos, baby girl, kudos. But Daniela, she's grating on my goddamn nerves, and I have had enough, bro. Like, I have really had enough. When she said what was her sneakies doing there, I was like, girl, why does she gotta be sneaky? Are you gonna be her assistant? Are you Pam? Did you book the appointment? Like, why do you need to know that she's there? One. And then when she said, "Oh, we wouldn't have known," we wouldn't have known. You shouldn't know right now, to be quite honest. So, Sabrina, I'm gonna need you to check this, because I need you to peep that Daniela is not y'all's friend. You keep having these moments where you fall back. Like, there was the moment when she made the deep freezer comment. Sabrina turned and faced forward, and then you could see her sink a little bit into her seat. Girl, I'm gonna need you to I externalize these feelings. Stop internalizing these feelings, because you feel a way. Your intuition is telling you that something's not right. Your intuition is telling you that your feelings are hurt, and that hoe needs to know that she hurt your feelings, and you need to start keeping close to the vest when it comes to that hoe, because she's not y'all's friend. But when she said it, I was like, she don't have to tell you shit. Like, where do you get
nothing.
off? Where does that expectation come from? And I believe I'm a damn good friend. It's like, I prioritize my platonic relationship, my female friends. They are up here. They are top tier. You hear me? I like, everybody is different. You have to navigate different types of friendships depending on the personality of people. But I have a friend who I am very close with, and she disappears sometimes. And you know what? sometimes she need to do that. We had a conversation one time where I told her how I felt about it. I told her it makes me worry. So if we could get her to do X, Y, and Z, like just send me a text with one letter, and I would know that that one letter means you need time. That's it. And if you come out of this thing ready to tell me all that sent you into it, cool. If you come out of it and you don't want to mention it, cool. What do you need? That's what friendship is. It's not I gotta give you the play-by-play of my life because you think that you checked into my life like it's bold and the goddamn beautiful, and then you gonna turn around and fix your face and say that you tired of the baby mama drama, you tired of the baby daddy drama, but you also want to know all my goddamn business, but you also calling yourself my sister. You sound dumb as hell, Daniela. You sound like the op, the snake in the grass that you are, and it's trifling. It's disgusting. It's like so repulsive to watch. Hoes like you deserve their asses beat, if I'm gonna be honest.
With the quickness on site. On site. Danny is an on site person.
On site! Because she should have told you that she was going to the damn doctors, but yet you regard her whole circumstance as nothing more than the baby mama drama, the baby daddy drama that you sick of. The shit that she's not even coming to you with. She's not even disclosing anything to you. The last thing that you heard about it was from Zachary and from Fatima yucking it up at that goddamn brunch. She's not even coming to you with the mess. She's not even a friend that's like, oh girl, well, I just don't know. She's not even doing that. She's moving in silence. She's keeping her close to the vest. She's handling her business. She's not putting off anything on you hoes, and you still trying to drag her name through the mud. Like, the jealousy has to stop. You will never be her. Daniela, let me say it again. Daniela King will never be Karen Mott. And Karen Mott needs to know that you cannot be friends with hoes that want to be you, which is Daniela King. Are we ready to move on from Daniela? Because the way that this makes me mad, she makes me so mad. It's just to watch a jealous girl navigate a friend group, still be trying to lean on we sisters, we friends, while never providing any of the support that comes with being sisters or friends. Pisses me off to no end.
Yeah, and I think that's the real thing too, because even Sabrina, and I wish they would have, she said it, but it was glossed over. She was like, maybe we're drifting apart. I said, stay there.
Oh, she said that? I didn't even catch it because I was hollering at Daniela.
She did.
Damn it.
She did. She said, maybe we're drifting apart. And Danny was like, no, that's not it. Like, no, that's not it. Like, no. I'm like, let's stay there. Let's begin to, stay there and begin to elaborate on that narrative or the possibility that that is what's going on.
And that needs
that
to
there
be
is
what's going
a drift.
on.
There is something that's happening right now within the sisterhood, within the friendship, and you have to understand. Just like last week when Karen left the girl, and they was like, "Oh, where are you going?" And she was like, "Oh, I got some business to take care of." Which goes to your point. I'm not inviting y'all into certain aspects of my business because one, it's not your business, and two, I don't want to hear anything that I have to say. You don't need to tell me, no, don't tell Zach nothing, don't go over there. This is my business, and I'm choosing to handle it the way that I choose to handle it. But when Sabrina made that statement, I said, ooh, okay, I wonder if the writers are going to flush that out because that ain't something you just say and just let it fall by the wayside.
Yeah, I
So
hope so.
yeah, I was interested that it was interesting that she made that statement because I do agree.
I really hope that they do dive into that, and I hope that the fallout is coming. I'm not even gonna hold you. I've been calling for a fallout within the friendship group for quite a while, and before I really wanted it with Andy and Karen. Now I need it. I need it with Daniela and all of them. Like, Daniela needs an isolation season. Daniela needs to know that fat meat is greasy, and if nobody's gonna ragtag that ass, then they need to sit her down a second and say, you know what, we good, because enough. The way that she's showing up in this friendship is not enough. The way she's showing up as a woman in life is not enough. And guess what? Quiet is kept. Unconditional love sounds beautiful. You can love somebody from afar. Here, unconditional love sounds beautiful. Yeah. However, it needs to actually have some conditions, and it's not conditions in reference to you have to be somebody that you're not, that you have to skip 2 times and hold your nose or whatever, but you have to be able to be an upstanding woman. You have to have some kind of integrity. You have to have respect and love in your heart for me to be my friend. Those should be the bare minimum conditions
Yes.
for friendship. So bump all the unconditional love. I'm not being an unconditional loving friend to a bitch that wants to see me fall. A bitch that's wishing on my downfall. The bitch that's sending my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, into my salon on my grand opening to confront me about a DNA test that we still have to make an appointment to get and everything just to ruin my moment because she don't have no moments for herself. Nah, we're not doing
No.
that. And some of y'all might need to hear this. If you got friends operating like Daniela, you might need to go ahead and check that. Because it's not normal, it's not healthy, and you deserve better.
Period.
Vaughn says, yes, I'm waiting to sister's friendship breakup. It's so long overdue. It's so long overdue.
It
These girls
is.
are not
It
aligned.
is.
And I really am. I feel like that's something that we talked about last season, Allie, with Karen keeping things a lot closer to the vest. And I love this for her. Like, I really love that she's moving in silence in this way. I hate that part of, that comes with that is feeling like you're more lonely or you're more alone and you can't talk to nobody. But I love that she is able to do this. She's probably building good amount of self-esteem in the process. And it's also giving a reality check. It's like massaging a little reality check for these hoes. Cause what the hell y'all gonna do?
Yeah.
Then cause a
Yeah.
scene in her
I
grand opening.
agree.
Exactly. Karen is too nice to all of them.
Yeah, I think that she is, and I believe those were the moments in which it may have caused Karen to pull back a little bit, like not really changing her nature. Because even when Andy called them about the whole Jordan thing, she was still there. She was still present. She was still trying to, pacify or make Andy feel good about the situation. But I think ever since they were supposed to come help her, didn't show up. Y'all show up late. You leave early. Zach comes randomly out the blue, show his ass at my grand opening. I don't want to tell y'all that I'm about to go to his house and tell him I'm getting this DNA, test done or whatever. I just think that it's almost let me think about when you are subconsciously distancing yourself. Like when a woman in a romantic relationship, we've already left mentally and emotionally before we leave
Mm-hmm.
physically.
Yep.
And I kind of feel like that's the space that she's in. Like she's kind of okay. I love him and everything, but I already see some things. So
They
I'm gonna fall
already
back a little
showed
bit.
her. You already showed me that you're not a safe space for me anymore. Andy, you already showed
Correct.
me that I can't actually lean on you. And you're not going to be there at any time. Because at any moment, you're going to have to decide between me and Fatima. And if you want to choose Fatima and it's going to exasperate my wound, now I'm really fucked up. And that's it makes
Yeah.
sense to do so. It really does. DNC Greatness says, from what I've heard, the writer said on Spaces, with Zatima fans, which I find unprofessional, I fear everything will be blamed on Karen, like Tyler always used to when she's being done wrong. All right, let me go ahead and make a blanket statement here. Let me make a blanket statement real quick on these writers in their Twitter space and whatever the hell goes down in it, because I don't know. I don't listen, and I'm never going to listen. I don't care to listen.
Mhm.
Okay, but I'm going to say this now because I have gotten extensive DMs from fans who are distraught, who are struggling, who are feeling away because they care deeply for the Karen character. And from what I'm hearing, because again, I don't listen to the Twitter spaces, so I don't know, but from what I hear, most of the writers are very pro Fatima or pro Zatima, and they are baiting the Zatima fans to stay with them because Karen is going to get checked and Karen is going to get everybody going to turn on her and Karen is everybody going to blame Karen. One, if that's what they doing, I'm not going to go into whether it's professional or unprofessional. I personally don't understand the benefit of doing after conversations as a writer and only pacifying one side of the fandom with that. But also, for me, and knowing and being in it, you sign contracts, you sign NDAs. So there's also only so much that they can tell you. They literally are contractually obligated to not release what is actually happening next. So please, y'all, if y'all are going to go over there, if you're going to listen to the writers, take what they're saying with a grain of salt. Because one, this is their job, and I promise you that them getting the $30,000 for the script is much more important than them revealing a quick tip that's going to shame Karen on the Twitter space. Two, they're creatives, they're writers. So even what they're saying in the Twitter space is made to push a certain narrative and to get you into some type of place. Like, just take all of that into mind. Take your critical thinking with you when you go listen to them Twitter spaces. And again, I'm not shading not name one of them writers. I don't know none of them writers. Again, haven't been in the Twitter spaces, so do what y'all going to do. I do know that it's happening with the Zatima fans. This is the same thing I told one of the young ladies who had an extensive conversation with me after last week, after apparently a bunch of stuff was said about Karen is going to go through it this season. For any Karen fan out there, one, my place, my channel is a safe space for you. You should already know that by now. Allie's channel is a safe space for you. You should already know that by now. With all due respect, I don't give a finnuck what comes out of those writers' mouth, what comes out of their pen. Karen as a character has already been established in a certain way, so I don't give a what they say she gonna do, what they say any of these girls gonna do to her. That is not gonna shake and or stir how I feel about her, how I see her moving forward, and my love for that particular character. So every last one of these hoes within the sister circle can turn on her. Every last one of these hoes can blame her. And guess who's gonna be set? Right here. Like Karen said what she said, ho. Karen, call me if you need me. I got you.
Okay.
Sad. Allie, you gonna be sad?
What? Flat footed.
Flat footed, babes. Flat footed.
Flat
Hoop
footed.
earrings out. When I tell you I am not shaken and or stirred, some of the stuff had gotten back to me of things they said was going to happen, and I don't give a fuck. Daniela is a pathological liar and is emotionally disconnected. She has no ambition. I don't understand the hoe. Don't aspire to be the hoe. She could go. Andrea Barnes is just now making it to redeeming herself because the most redeeming qualities up until now has been how she look. I ain't tripping off that. I ain't tripping off her coming for Karen. I doubt Sabrina is actually going to come for Karen, but if it happens, they have a real love that, you know what? Sometimes you go through things and misunderstandings happen. I trust that regardless of whether Sabrina decides to jump on Goof Troop's side and go against Karen or not, she going to bring her ass around. She going to realize who's always been there for her. The proof is in the pudding. Their character development, their relationship has already been established. And Fatima Ben ain't like Karen ass. Ben like Karen, but actually resent Karen because she's jealous of Karen and Karen jealous. Like, I don't give a damn. When I tell y'all, I really don't give a damn what these writers say or do. I don't care what they have Karen do. Y'all watch me talk about Karen with reverence, with respect, and with empathy while we were in the depths of season 3 and 4 hell. I understood her then. I'm going to understand her ass now. Whatever she decide to do. Because she's in circumstances with bitches that say that they want to be, they her friends and they not her friends. She don't have the support that she's supposed to have. She's a stand-up person who speaks honestly. She gives love and support, but doesn't actually get it back. So guess what? Every now and again, you might make a mistake. You might make a misstep. You might jump to a conclusion. You might allow some of the things that you let roll off your back. You might double back, grab a couple of them hoes, and then bust somebody in the face with it. But guess what? It happens. So I implore you, as another Karen supporter, Karen fan, whatever you want to call yourself, do not let these writers, these Zatima fans, whoever, shake or stir you. They not moving over here, babes. We do not care. And if it bothers you that much, stop listening to their ass. Me and Allie got plenty of content for you to listen to. We got you. And that's my thought on the damn writers in a Twitter space. Now, don't get me wrong. I might have one or two of them come on here and talk. But that Twitter space is toxic because I know them damn Zatima fans. I have most of them blocked. I ain't even gonna hold you. Guard your peace, okay? Guard your peace. I tell people the same thing. Yeah. There's Zatima fans who find their way onto my channel. Baby, if you are stirred so much that makes you want to curse my mama and everybody in my damn lineage and it just riles you up so bad, You don't have to be here, babes. You don't have to listen to me. Protect your peace. I would say the same thing. You don't have to listen to them writers. You don't have to listen to them as a team of fans.
No,
When I tell you my block list on Twitter is strong and long, it is. Allie, you want to add anything to the
yeah.
PSA that went a little bit too long, but I had to get off my chest because I'm having too many personal conversations in DM, and some of
You
y'all
had
are
to get it
distraught.
off. You had to get it off. You had to get it off. And my thing is, it's just for entertainment purposes only. That is the way I would say to take what they're telling you. Because like Erica said, they cannot tell you really too much of anything. And if you listen, I'm sure, and I've never listened to this space. I don't even like listening to writers because I have done that in the past. They lie. The writers lie. The showrunners lie because their main objective is to keep you locked in to their content. That's really what it is. So they'll tell you one thing and something else gonna happen on the show. So I choose not to listen to them because one, I just don't think I find it entertaining. But if you do, just it's for entertainment purposes only. Enjoy it, and once it's gone, you have you a great sleep. But don't take it, I'm saying too personally what they're saying. And my thing is, to me, nothing can get more wrong than the season 3, 4, 5 of Karen. That was the damn trenches. It can't get no worse than I
And
think
even that,
we
you
have
understood
overcome.
why she did it though. And that was the tea. Like the tea for me, going back into the trenches heyday, 3 and 4, while her behavior wasn't becoming, while she was making certain missteps, and while she did need to let it go, I will never shit on that Karen, specifically because she was literally externalizing something that most women internalize when they're presented with those circumstances. And Ebony spoke to this while they were on their
Yeah,
press run eloquently. Like, people want to come for black women and call them bitter and call them angry, but never want to address the circumstances that could have elicited those actual responses. It would have been a different story if
yeah,
Karen was behaving that way completely out of nowhere. Like, she wasn't getting tossed up against the wall and her brains out, and she like things weren't happening. Whole things were happening, and people want somebody to respond like a pristine Madonna, like she's Jesus. She ain't Jesus, honey. None of us are
yeah,
Jesus. And I feel like
yeah,
there was a very big missed opportunity, specifically with this fandom, and also maybe with the writers and the narrative that they're pushing right now. And to me, a big draw for the Karen character has always been everybody needs to stop and reflect on how they regard black women. Y'all need to stop and reflect on how quickly you're able to hate this particular black woman of this particular circumstance of this particular hue, because Karen's story is a mirror for a lot of darker women in America who don't get to be mad, who don't get to get their lick back, who don't even get to have anxiety, because that manifests as irritation, and then it just makes you look angry
yeah,
regardless of what your circumstances are. And I say this is a missed opportunity because in finding empathy and in finding grace for the Karen character, so many people could actually heal their anti-blackness, the things that they might be struggling
facts.
with when they see actual black women out and about in the world. You would, if you could empathize with Karen, then you could move about in the world and you could empathize with other black women who you might run into that might be going through something. And now you can look at it of like, oh wait, maybe she's not angry, maybe she's anxious. Maybe she's not angry, maybe she's sad. Maybe she's depressed. Because,
Yeah,
newsflash, black women, specifically dark-skinned black women, get to have all the full range of emotions as well. Y'all don't just get to like umbrella them as anger because you don't want to see them from us. Okay, I just felt the need to say that.
yeah. I agree.
I really wish that the writers
I
would lean
agree.
into discussing that, but if they want to go over there and play volleyball with that particular crew and that particular ball, let them. Leave their asses over there. If I'm gonna be quite honest, and then I'm gonna always want to talk to y'all. I'm gonna always, or I can't say, I don't like to say never, and I don't want to say always because that's like absolutes. But I'm gonna try to always respond. But when I tell you the things that give the I'm going to give you nothing moving forward when it comes to like the writers have said, because I don't give a fuck. Nothing about what they say is going to make me give a fuck. So like, let's talk about something else. I unblocked it,
Yeah.
unblocked and unmuted all the Zatima fans today to watch them lose their shit over them picks. I did not regret it. I should have did that too. Dang it. I should have unblocked them all
Oh,
just so
baby,
I could
I was
watch them
laughing. I
spiral.
got my life today.
Ellie, you
I
gotta
got my
send me
life today
some. You
on
gotta
Facebook,
screenshot and send me some.
baby. Facebook. Oh, I will. Facebook, Twitter. Oh, baby, I was hollering,
They were struggling. I heard they were
hollering.
struggling.
Oh, baby, what?
When I tell you I've been cackling
Flatlining,
all damn day.
flatlining. Zach is so stupid. Zach will never get it together. Zach always messes up. I said, oh no,
Not
not Zach.
always. Not
Not
always.
always messing up. He just can't be alone with Karen. He can never be alone with Karen. Oh,
Let's talk about
okay.
Sabrina, but also let's put a pin in that. Zach can't be alone with Karen. Zach can't. I'm writing it down
Yep.
on my desk. Can't be alone with Karen.
Yeah, girl.
Because let's talk about Sabrina. I feel so bad for her. I feel Ellie.
She's
Actually,
going through a lot.
go. You start with Ellie because I've been talking.
It wasn't a lot with her character as far as like scenes are concerned, but I think they were impactful.
Mm.
Um, because I think the first time we saw her was when she was coming out of the facility into the waiting area, and you could just tell she was drained, physically drained by the information that she received because it was a lot from the actual things she had to do as far as procedure wise to get the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying, on this. And I was just looking at Sabrina, and one of the things that popped in my mind was that when we are on this journey of life, whether you are a man or a woman, and you believe that something is a part of your destiny and your purpose, sometimes it's draining to get to the finish line. Sometimes it's draining to go through the process of fulfilling what you believe you have been created to do. And that's what I was looking at as I was looking at like whatever this woman had to do in that back room in there. And even though Karen was there and they had their moment, it almost seems like Karen's journey and Sabrina's journey almost equates to a sense of isolation for them to
Mm.
fulfill the things like the thing that
Mm-hmm.
Karen is carrying life. That's a part of her purpose, her destiny. That's what it is. Sabrina is looking to bring forth life. And with that, there is going to be a separation. There is going to be, maybe a moment of isolation by yourself to deal with this purpose you feel that you have to birth forth. So I was looking at that and I was like, that's a lot to deal with. And it made me feel like it would be something that Karen and Sabrina something that would tie them together even the more,
Mm.
but it would be that thing that separates them from the other two.
I
Because
agree.
even when they had their moment, I thought it was so beautiful. I thought, and they didn't say much, but I just thought it was a warm moment between Karen and Sabrina, and I have always enjoyed their scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Their scenes are always warm. They're always soft. They're always meaningful.
Yep.
They're very few far and in between,
Yep.
but when they do happen, they happen.
I
They really do. And
mean,
I think we already touched on her moment with Danny.
one thing's for certain, two things for sure. I have yet to see Sabrina one on one with Karen, and she have to throw her head back in frustration and or disgust and or anxiety. Have yet to see it. Have you
Yeah.
seen it?
Never,
Have not seen
never.
it. I think that you hit the nail on the head, Allie. Like it is so refreshing for me to see them in scenes together. So when I saw like Sabrina leaving, because of course we've gotten like little previews and little moments, and this was a moment that we were teased with the season trailer, so we knew that Sabrina was going to be there. And then when the photos roll out that this Karen is also in the same place, I'm like, oh, they're going to be there at the same time. So it really felt refreshing to have them run into each other. And I was very keen on like watching Karen in the moment and like her hesitating to reveal. And in that particular time, I felt like it was
Hmm.
less about not wanting to tell Sabrina, but because she understands the circumstances that she's in, she understands how it looks, she understands all that comes with it, and also probably like how they see her. But at the end of the day, she caved and she talks to Sabrina because Sabrina was able to be like, come on now, like I can actually see, I can actually know. And the other two are not capable of that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. They're not capable of that. And I think that this scene serves
I
as
agree.
a validator for Karen if this is something that she's thinking about, which I do think that the character is intentionally thinking about it in reference to who do I tell, who I not, which it might wind up being a conversation of like Karen needs to remind Sabrina of like if I tell you something, you don't tell nobody else. I don't care. Things are not the same. And maybe it's Sabrina having a
Yeah,
conversation of like, yeah, I think we're growing apart, and then Karen's like, yeah, I agree, and this is the ways. um, but again,
yeah,
I think that you hit the nail on the head in reference to both of them going through simultaneous isolation seasons, but like in tandem or parallel. Um, and they're kind of similar journeys, but they're very much so different. Someone said that Sabrina needs a storyline. It's not this one. I think that this is the perfect storyline for Sabrina. Sabrina's character needed the most out of the last 4 or 5 seasons to cultivate a backbone, cultivate confidence, use her voice. This storyline is forcing her to do all of that. This storyline
um,
is forcing her to confront things that she say that she want. And if you really want it, what are you going to do to go after it? In this moment, we got to see her let Danny slide in this moment once again. But I don't even know how many more slides Daniela got to be referencing some goofy ass deep freezer when bitch I'm talking about my uterus. And this is the type of tension that this character specifically needs. So I really enjoy, in addition to seeing her and Karen interact, I have been enjoying seeing Sabrina this entire season. I do want to pull in a little bit of the commentary that I'm seeing in some of the comments about Sabrina needs to let Rich go and she needs to not be mad at that man because he don't want to have her kids. I don't think that she's mad at him. I think that she is frustrated with her current circumstances and she would have hoped that she would have been further along in love by now so that this does not become a thing. And I think that there needs to be empathy and grace there as well. Like I know I've been having a conversation from the jump of like, oh, it's time for Sabrina to let Rich go. But last episode, I was like, okay, girl, I'm starting to see it. Like I'm getting to understand why you're a little bit hesitant. And I think that instead of completely judging her, I think that similar to the Karen character, people need to empathize with the decisions that she has to make with her particular personality type, being a very passive person, going through this huge life thing, and like allow the story to unfold and actually listen to it.
yeah. And I think last week was such a I thought we had a very uh, just beautiful, thought provoking conversation around that topic
Yeah.
of Sabrina and Rich. And it's easier said than done. Well, she need to let that man go. We know that's what she should do, but the struggle of doing that, and I think that they're executing that beautifully
Mm-hmm.
with Sabrina because a lot of times as women, when it comes to children, family, being non-traditional in your family, dynamic, there is an internal tug of war going on, an internal war that we can hide and shield very well, that no one knows we're dealing with it. And I think us being the audience to have a front row seat on this tug of war or this battle that Sabrina is going through because she's with a man that doesn't want what she wants, but she's with the man who she wants.
Mm-hmm.
That's a battle in itself. So,
Yep.
watching her maneuver through that, I think it's a beautiful storyline. It is actually my favorite of this season.
Mm.
Just watching her maneuver through this and watching the battle. And I know I even said in my review last week, like there are times I'm watching Sabrina and I get that feeling in my heart, like damn, because it's so real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, but Karen is going through. I get it and everything, but it's like this Sabrina thing is so real, and
It
it hits
is.
home for so many people. And Novi she's just doing a great job of showing the how draining it is, how hurtful it is, how
Every
misunderstood
beat.
she could feel, and it's all on her face.
Every
Everything.
single beat. She don't miss a beat. Novi hits every emotional beat, and it's so clear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
y'all.
is. It
Um,
really is.
Daniela stopped being funny seasons ago. Just saying.
A long time
Um.
ago, she is not funny.
All right, is that all the periphery that went down?
Um, what about Gary? Gary
Oh
and
my
Tamara.
God, Ellie, I know that's your girl. I know that's your girl, but I gotta let her go. I'm done with her. I'm done with her. She's tainted. She's tainted. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna be able to do it, Tamara. You didn't brought the price down. Like you didn't drop the market value, boo. That's nasty.
Oh my god!
And you sucked on the demon's neck, girl.
It was a little fiery, a little, a little hot, a little sizzle. Um,
You got it, girl. Cause I'm
but
off.
no,
I'm
I was
off
like
Tamara.
Tamara. I was like Tamara, why you? But I was like Tamara, why are you doing this? First of all, Gary shows up to the hotel. Oh, this is what you do. You live out of suitcase in hotel rooms. And she
Okay,
was like,
real quick, before you go
nigga,
in, before you go in,
go ahead.
I'm gonna give it the Cheetos ass. I'm gonna give that to Cheeto. I don't like Gary, but when I tell you Cheeto, have your fun, talk your, do your thing, because that man is dropped into that demon here. He moved with so much arrogance. I was like, he is really looking down upon this girl, but about to blow her back out. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to
Yeah.
insert that part.
Um, I'm just gonna say, okay, so she was like, all the research that you do, like you know where I live. I'm like, yep, he definitely know where you live, baby. But I thought that scene was a little steamy. I ain't gonna front. I didn't want it to happen, but I knew it was gonna happen. But I think what got me is that Tamara was recording this.
And Gary, how you not see that
So I'm
big
like,
ass pin with that big ass red light blinking right next to your phone?
then after the session was over, yeah, you like that, huh? You're satisfied. She was like, it was all right. I said, baby, she said your sex was mid. Your sex is mid, Gary. Because she did not say like, oh yeah, like it was like she didn't give me any indication that it was actually enjoyable.
mm.
Like she didn't give me that. Baby, when Gary said, I will send you the horse emoji when I want you, I said, you asshole.
Hollered, Allie.
But I'm here for
Hollered.
it.
Cause
Girl, I screamed from the depths of my soul.
why would you do that?
I said, exactly. I'll send you the horse emoji when I want you. I said, see, Gary is the type of man who know he's blessed, so he's cocky. The horse emoji,
Horse, child. Horse.
girl,
Gary, go to hell. I keep saying it. Why ain't you
go to
going?
hell. I love you, Cheeto, but Gary can go to hell.
He got to go. Like, he is running amok. FBI, what are y'all doing? Are the taxpayers not paying? Like, what is going on? Come do y'all's damn job. This,
Please,
this man is running
please.
amok. And I knew, so starting at the top of the damn episode, I knew exactly who that man was talking about, which I'm talking about Andrea's little friend from law school who she got to do research. I knew that he was talking about Gary as soon as he said this is a sociopath. Be careful with a sociopath in a pinstripe suit or something like that. I said you ain't got to tell me nothing
Yeah,
else. And then the afterthought,
you
the
know,
Jordan thing was a lie. Which I kind of wish that they would have. I
I said,
appreciated how they handled it, I guess, but I kind of wish they would have handled it a little bit better. That other guy ain't it either. So now we still on the hunt, or at least I'm still on the hunt for somebody else for Andrea, because I thought the law school friend was gonna come in being all suave and debonair. And no offense, babes, whoever you is that play him, but it was not that at all.
he ain't the one. Soon as I
Why are you
saw
holding
him,
her
soon as
hand?
I saw him, I said this gonna be his last episode.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't given. That's not the man that's gonna do it for Andy.
It was
It's
not
just not.
given. Maybe y'all need to actually go
It
and
wasn't
get
given.
Morris Chestnut, cause clearly y'all not finding. I saw the character descriptions. I saw the audition things. This is who you got, and it's supposed to be giving Morris Chestnut. Again,
No,
no offense, sir, but I'm just telling
no.
the truth to my people.
He looked like he just got out of law school. Like he just passed the bar. That's what he was given. He looked very like like this is not the. I said okay, that's not what it is.
I struck like I don't know if he looked
That's not what it
young.
is.
He just it just didn't work. He trying to flirt with her. It looked real like he trying like he looked even worse than the new Jordan flirting. And then I'm like, damn, the new Jordan and Andy work best when they are in conflict. Cause the moment that they made up, I'm like, all right, I'm out of it. I'm out. But I was
Yeah,
locked in for that
I agree
conflict.
with you all the way.
I was locked in.
Yes,
So I guess that's
I
where we're
agree
gonna
with
go
that.
next. We're gonna be getting to the meat and potatoes. We're gonna talk about Andrea Barnes. Because guess what? Jordan's ass was right. If I'm gonna be quite honest. And I love that he was able to
Girl,
articulate that. He did it so healthily, he did it so beautifully. And I'm gonna give Miss Mamas her credit. Not her on a redemption journey. Okay, Andre, I see you. Because you didn't deflect, you apologized, you said that he was right, and you also disclosed vulnerably that you are lacking in that area. This is new to me. That is what I'm talking about when I say accountability, people. That's what I'm talking about when I say responsibility in relationship, people. You don't have to get it perfect. Should she have believed that man? Yes, she should have, but she didn't. So what's the next thing? She checked and verified. That still makes him feel like she don't trust his words. He communicates that. You know what? Your feelings are valid, but I'm only operating from where I'm operating from. And you honestly, it's in the pits of hell. Like, I'm here with you, but I had to go through this because I have never really experienced this before. That's how you relationship. From now on, that's how you
yeah,
relationship. And before you finish, take your ass over to that duplex and tell Zach and Fatima that that's how you relationship. Fatima, you don't relationship by pointing out the very real issues that Zach had, but then never holding him accountable to speak to them hoes, to look at whatever he's lacking, to look at the areas that he's deficient in, and allow himself to learn it through the relationship with you. Stop enabling him and be in relationship, girl. But again, going back to Andy, I thought that was great. I said that's all I was asking for. I was about to be on her ass, but the moment that
I
she
will
said
get
that
that.
she had never did it before, I said, okay, we're coming to the promised land.
Yeah, yeah. I will give her that. She did take accountability in stating, I'm new to this. And I've never been in a relationship where I've actually trusted the guy, completely. So she responded how she would normally respond based on the type of men that she normally dates. So I can understand that. And like she only 4 months in. That's still very fresh. It's still new. So I can respect her in that manner, and I could give her credit for that. I can. I
Yes.
can give her credit for that.
Love
But I do
that.
have a question when we get to this first part.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
love that.
So, uh, the her taking accountability because we don't see it.
But she's capable of it. All of them are capable of it.
We don't really see it. Yeah, yeah. They are. They are. So then we meet. I forget the lady name, the
Miss
billionaire.
Marie Willis.
Um, Miss Marie. Because I'm divorcing my husband. You don't call me Willis. Okay, I said, okay, ma'am.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, ma'am. I feel you. I feel you. But okay. Did you catch this? She had on that pink, right?
Mm-hmm.
That pink suit. The last lady who came in and talked to Andy and Fatima had a pink suit, and Andy and Fatima were wearing pink as well. So I'm
Fatima
trying
was wearing
to
tan.
wonder. 'Cause I know sometimes today.
No, Fatima was wearing tan that day because
Remember
I
that
remember her
lady?
cry face. I remember she had that off the
She was wearing
shoulder.
tan that day.
She
No,
was wearing.
it wasn't Fatima. It was Andy who was wearing
Andy
pink.
was wearing a pink suit. Yeah.
Andy was wearing pink. Andy was wearing pink. So I'm like, okay, they trying to tell a story with this color because we have this another powerful black woman who has esteem, who's going through something with her man, and she has on this pink power suit. So I'm like, okay, what story are y'all trying to tell? It was just something they picked that came in my mind with the. I just don't think that was by accident. But anyway, um, I was trying to figure out what did I make of this woman.
Mm.
I don't know because I have this is me. I have an issue with people because I've been around millionaires. I've been around people who who are wealthy like that, and I just have an issue when oh this is billionaire such and such, and their attitude shift because you do want the business. I get it. I just have a problem when people kind of move their weight around because of what they have in that way. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
I didn't know what to make of her. What to make of her character. But even when Andy thought she had the case, she's like, "Oh, I haven't hired you yet. Can you be 3 steps ahead?" I said, "No, she can't. No,
Well, that's two different things,
no."
Ellie. Her having the
I don't
expectation
see
of
it.
excellence, and if Andy can actually handle it, those are two different things. I don't think anything. Why is it
You
doing
think
that?
Andy can handle it?
I don't think Andy can handle it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with her saying it. I actually loved everything that she said. I would prefer that she vet Daniela. I mean, not Daniela, Andrea, versus just dropping this in her lap because Jordan told her to come there. Because, like you said, I don't trust that
Oh, I love
that
that part.
Andy could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
3 steps ahead. I don't trust that you're just fully confident and you're just this girl because you say that you're this girl. They're still trying to prove to us by way of the writing that you are who you say you are because we have not seen you doing any work until this season, since the first season. So I don't know. I enjoyed her character. I enjoyed Miss Marie and her vibes. I think that she moves about the world like a confident woman with a lot of money. And it's not the money that make I feel like who they presented her to be visually, it feels like she might have cultivated this confidence on her own. It's not the money that gives her confidence. And I love that for her.
That's
Especially
true.
in
I
her
can see that.
body.
I can see that.
You know?
I can see that.
Now, if I was picking up on the vibes of like, oh, you just leaning with money, you think that you're better than people because of money, then I would have an issue. But I'm not clocking that on her. I'm clocking she knows her damn worth. I'm clocking she has had to fight hard to get here. She knows what hard work is. She also has taken a couple licks. And yeah, I just don't take anything. I'm also not just going to work with anybody. And also, we got
No,
to
that
see.
part I like. I liked her energy in that way. I
Mm-hmm.
liked her energy in that way where no, I'm not just gonna give you my business. I am a billionaire. I can pretty much go anywhere I want, but you're kind of like a referral. It was the thing of when Andy stood up, she was like, "Oh no, close the door, sit down." But I was glad she said Fatima on her way because Fatima probably would have tried to stay too. I don't like everybody in my business. I said, "Yeah, you don't
That
want that
part.
one." She just sat there,
That
since I
part.
was so not that part I absolutely love.
And
Yes,
apparently
go
she
get it,
moves
go
with
get
her
it.
own security. Like she had people getting checked at the front door at the law firm because she was there. I'm like, okay, Miss Ma'am, I love that for you. Also,
Yeah,
like someone just said in the chat, oh, Dana just said, look at how she walked into the room with Gary. She also don't feel like she changed it up at all. She walked into the room with Gary the same way that she walked into the room
yeah,
with Andy. She talked to Hayden the exact same way
with
that she
Andy.
talked to Andy, so Andy looked like a deer in headlights. She did for a moment. Maybe she gonna catch her stride.
And
We
then
gonna
it was
see.
her money. Yeah. And then it was her money too. And I like they wrote that she didn't
Yeah.
have wealth because of her husband. She acquired wealth herself. And her thing was I want to make sure he can't get what she said, Nan cent, Nan nothing of her money. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's your money.
Exactly.
Don't give him nothing.
Exactly. All right. Aside from that, so we get the moment where she confronts Gary at the very end because her little law school friend had found out some information that she
Oh
finally
my
checks,
God.
and then she calls Fatima for backup. I would be perfectly fine if Fatima goes back to operating in this role alone. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I appreciate that. I appreciate knowing that Andy cannot handle this on her own. Not because she's just that weak of a woman or she's like, I'm not trying to drag her in this. Andy is not the girl that's going to go to the gutter. And when you get around with demons, you might end up in the gutter, but you need to be able to fight your way up out that hole. And that's what Fatima's gonna give. So I love the Fatima with the bag and tucked away and got the smart quips because Andy, you don't be quick enough with it. Like you don't be trying to crush Gary's spirit enough for me. So I need a female in the room to crush Gary's spirit or at least go toe to toe with his ass. Like I just need that. And I honestly, again, I would prefer for Fatima to operate in this space alone. Like, don't come up out of this space. You got Andy's back, and that's what you do from here on out. Because that's the only thing that I feel like she's excelling in.
I can't take it, Erica. I I um I can't take Fatima in this space. She gets on my damn nerves. Okay, it's becoming laughable because I don't believe you.
Mm.
How Fatima has confronted Gary so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost count. She's confronting him at the law firm. You confronted him now at the penthouse. You confronted him at Andy's old spot. Like every time he appears, you're in his face. Every time, whether it's your business, whether she asks you, anytime Gary Shell, she probably could tell me what he had for lunch. She'd be all like she's always there. I can't go. I'm like, give her some damn business. I can't. It irks me when I find out. Yeah, I got my bag. Yeah, here we go. I'm like, Fatima, what? No, who's scared of you? Who's scared of you? Like, I can't.
I guess for me,
I can't.
it's
But I do
also
get what you're
like,
saying. So let me say
yeah,
that.
because it's also like when it's I think it's really specific to Gary because if she was to do this with anybody else, like she's tried to do it with Karen, like I would be pissed about it. But Gary moves very much so like he's the big bad wolf and he needs somebody to match that energy. So like if you are going to channel this, oh no, everybody need to be scared of me, then go up against Thanos. I can see that. Like, okay. That's why I'm saying operate in this space. Be Andy's little pit bull for her business that pertains to Gary and the law firm. That is the box that you operate in. Leave her best friend alone. I mean, if you gonna stay with Zach, cool, but girl, that's a whole other conversation for later on once we get to Zachary Taylor. Like, I can accept it, I can watch it and not feel away, not like it actually sticks here. It's the problem for me is when this particular energy carries on to every single part of her damn life, every single interaction. It's like, girl, you can't beat everybody. And if you're going to try to beat anybody, at least let it be an actual villain in this world. You know?
I get it. I get it.
But you said that bag gotta go.
I
Do
get
you
it.
think
It's
that
like,
do you think
damn,
that Andy could
somebody do
see Gary
something.
by herself at this point?
No, I didn't even when she said I'm gonna confront him. My whole point was why with
Mm.
the things that you know of Gary and everything that this man is. I'm like, why are you acting as if Gary won't choke your ass out? He's already done it before. He's already squeezed you to halfway close to death. Like this is, and then to even get more information about him, and then for this man to tell you, like, look, this man is a time bomb waiting to happen. And my whole thing is, even with Fatima, you don't know the kind of time that Gary is on. Is on. This man is sniffing coke and he carries a gun. What the hell? By the time you open your bag, you already done got popped. And I'm not, and like
Well,
it's
she
like
don't
at this
know
point,
that. She don't know he's sniffing coke.
that's what I'm saying. She doesn't know that. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't know that. I'm like, you walking into this like you big bad wolf. You don't know what this man got on him.
But
Like you
isn't
just
that
don't
great
know.
though? Isn't
And
that great
so
that she's willing to do that? Like I feel like it fits here. Like you come in,
I
maybe
don't
it's a
know.
shotgun in here. Maybe you can't get that shotgun off. And maybe he do shoot you first. But like I much rather watch Fatima try to have a shoot off with Gary in the penthouse over Fatima busting into Karen's house trying to knock a pregnant woman upside her damn head over her man. Like
Those
if
are
we
facts.
gonna do
If I
this.
had to choose, if I had to choose, I would definitely choose the situation with Gary. I just want Fatima to get some damn business. And I think that's what I think. I am so sick and tired of watching the character of Fatima just float
Yeah.
along this damn show with absolutely nothing to do, and to be able to get all this rah rah, all this. Because I saw even in the comments, y'all will get off my girl, y'all. And it's like she don't do nothing.
Ain't
She
Noel said the
literally,
same thing.
she
Ain't Noel
literally.
said, I'm honestly tired of Fatima being a bulldog. Her character deserves more. I think I have gotten to the place of they haven't, like, I am healing from believing that Fatima's character was more than what she was. I bought a dream. Like, I believed in potential when it came to her in seasons 1 and 2 and well, seasons 2 and moving on, and when she got with Zach and getting on board with that, like, I believed a lot in potential, and I think now I'm in a place of, like, I don't know if her character deserves more. Like, maybe she's a supporting character that they're trying to force to be a main character, and it's like, you just need to be supporting, boo. And supporting characters don't always have a full storyline. They all always have some business. But if you're going to pop up, if you're going to do the things that you're doing, it has to make sense to me. Like, go and try to annihilate an actual villain versus popping up on a very real ex that was in love with this man. Like, that's history. It's not some random trollop. Like, this is, like, girl, cut it out. Cut it the fuck out. Stop thinking you're going to beat every last one of the sisters and then you on the title cards with their ass and have no actual history. You have
Yeah.
no reason for them to find alliances with you after you call each and every last one of them hoes and they box is hot, but then now y'all on the titles together. That don't make no sense to me. Being a ride or die, I'ma call my cousin. Call your cousin on Thanos if you want to call her on somebody. Give her somebody to
That's what
actually
I'm
go.
saying. Yes. I think that's my thing. My thing is, if you're gonna be the one that's gonna protect Andy, shoot Gary, stab him. I ain't trying to promote violence, but if
I
you're going
am. Bust a
to,
cat in
at a
Gary's
certain
ass because
point,
it's
you know what
taking
I'm
too
saying?
long.
Do
The
something. This is the only
FBI ain't
time I
gonna
would
do
want you
it.
to call Madam. If you call Madam, because it has been at least 4 to 5 times that Fatima has gotten in this man's face and threatened him about what she gonna do, what she will do. You don't know who
And
I
ain't
am.
call her
Do you know
cousin
who my
yet.
family is? We don't give a damn. You ain't did nothing.
You ain't called your
Call
cousin on
Madam.
Gary
Call him.
yet, but you called your cousin on Hayden. Hayden ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight, baby.
And that's another thing too. Is like, of all the people to call Madam for, you called Madam for Hayden. Hayden. Okay.
Child.
Okay. You wasted that favor. We could have used it for Gary.
Period. Pooh. And then you want to talk about you gonna call your cousin for this person. You gonna call your cousin. I'm gonna call my cousin for Deja.
Oh.
Again,
Yes.
Deja ain't gonna bust a goddamn grape in a fruit fight. She will Zach
The
though.
weakest
She
people
will
you call
ride
Madam.
Zach into the sunset. But I don't know if Madam I don't know if Madam is beating ass over coochie, honey. She sells that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho.
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. Oh, go
Yes.
ahead if you was
No,
gonna
no,
say
go.
something.
Go for it.
I was looking the scene with Andy and Fatima when she was like, "Did Karen tell you about she's going to get the DNA test?" I don't think Karen told Andy that. Andy didn't
Allie,
say yes or no.
you just stopped. You just stopped Fatima's ass from being spared. Because when I tell you I let that slide, I mean, I didn't let it slide. I forgot in this moment.
Oh,
But
oh, I ain't let it slide because I had a whole cussing out
go for it, friend.
as I watched.
Go for it.
I was just like, first of all, again, why the everybody, Karen can't keep Fatima name out her mouth. Karen always want to bring up Fatima. No, okay. Um, did Karen tell you that she was going to get a DNA test? And this is my thing too.
Speaking of
First of all,
boyfriends,
Fatima, it's
Allie,
not
go
your
back.
business.
Go back, Allie. Go back.
Okay,
Because
what we going back to? What we going back to?
cause Fatima said, girl, where you going? To my man. Speaking of that,
Yes.
nobody was. I didn't pull my damn headphones out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to make sure we clarify. So when I get to going, y'all remember that Andy said she's going to her man. And Fatima then said, speaking of that, go ahead, Andy.
Speaking of that, did Carrie tell you she was going to get the DNA test today? Take the rest of the day off. You can go ahead. Because I'm like, Andy didn't answer her question. She didn't say yes or no. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off. So my thing was this. I had a lot of thoughts going through my mind. First of all, Fatima, that was none of your business. It ain't your business. Number two, it wasn't your business to bring up to Andy because obviously that was something that Karen did not disclose to her friends. Two, Andy, you giving her the day off, even if you didn't know about it. I think you know Karen well enough to know that she would not want Fatima there. Just take the rest of the day off and go be with Zach. I said, baby, Karen, you just better hold on to Sabrina
Pam,
and Pam at, at this point.
hold
Because
on
that's
tight.
all you got, sis. Because I'm like, and I think that'd be the thing for me. It's the overstepping. And then we get to more of the overstepping when we get to the actual situation at the hospital. But I'm just like, I just want Fatima to stay in her lane. And I know some people are not going to agree, which is fine. She does not have a right to know anything concerning Karen. That is Zach's business to relate to Fatima. She does not need to be anywhere, in my personal opinion, anywhere near that situation like that. And who's taking care of Michael? Since you so eloquently told us that he was at the house the other night, who's taking care of him while you at work? Zach is at the DNA test, and where he at? Y'all got the nanny already? And where's your baby bump, Fatima? And don't nobody. Well, she's not pregnant on sisters. Kiss my ass.
Allie, she's not pregnant at all.
I know she ain't pregnant. I'm saying this is what I told my people on my pay on my channel. I said I have gotten probably thousands of where's Karen baby bump. She ain't pregnant. She ain't showing. She ain't. So now that Fatima said that she was pregnant on Fatima, oh baby, every time I talk about Fatima, I'm asking where's her baby bump because
Allie
she
is the
ain't pregnant.
calculator
The
for Fatima's
imaginary. That's
bump.
the imaginary baby.
I have already decided as for me in my house that
Yeah.
her ass is not pregnant, so I pay that whole storyline
She ain't
dust.
pregnant. We ain't pregnant. We done had
But
a whole damn 3 month jump. No baby. No morning sickness. Please.
but okay, so what I will say is I am giving I'm not Daniela. Why do I keep want to say Daniela when I'm talking about Andy? Let's ponder that. Something is brewing. Um, I gave Andy a pass with that because she gave her the day off. She said keep her phone on. That could mean go home. That does not mean that you need to take your ass to that hospital. Yes, I think that one, Karen did not tell Andy. That was news to her. And yes, Andy should know that Karen would want her there. But I don't believe, and I'm going to rewatch for when I do my breakdown so that I can confirm or deny this or double down or not in the
Mm-hmm.
breakdown. I don't believe that Andy was specifically sending her to the hospital. I think that she was, as her boss, like, okay, girl, you can go because clearly you're going to be distracted. Clearly, I'm not here and that's what's happening. Maybe you need to go
Okay.
home. Maybe you need to go have a drink. Maybe you need to go do something other than this. But
Mm-hmm.
Fatima's ass, you get no passes. You get to not skip a goddamn place because it, like Ellie said, it's none of your business and it's none of your business to convey. And for all the little Fatima warriors, well, she's in a relationship with Zach, then she needs to be in a relationship with Zach because it's given she's riding Zach's penis, but she's in a relationship with herself because she makes all the damn decisions. Part of being in a relationship is allowing the person that you're in a relationship with to do what they need to do, to handle their own business, and to come to you with that business. Now, it's up to you to decide if you're going to stay in relation with the person based on how they handle their business. But if you don't ever let them handle their damn business, then you basically in a relationship with your goddamn self, looking goofy. Looking goofy, as if I might add. Not only did you divulge information to her friend, because this is also your friend, that's none of your damn business to actually
Mhm.
say, but then you ran your dumb ass down to the hospital to look stupid. She looks stupid, y'all. She looked dumb as hell coming around that corner. Why are you here? And yeah, she walked in on a moment that could have been something. But news flash, everybody. And come a little closer if your ass can't hear me. But also back up because probably about to holler.
Go
If
ahead,
you
sis.
need to be with your man 24/7 for him to be your man, he's not your man. Stop. Y'all are capping for this goofy ass relationship, and she gotta be sitting next to him constantly for him to not stick his penis in somebody. Y'all are drunk, high, or dumb. Maybe a combination of the damn three. She looks stupid. Dumb as hell running down to that hospital for what? To antagonize a pregnant lady and to make sure that your man don't stick his damn tongue or penis inside pregnant lady. Girl, which one of those reasons actually makes sense for your doofy ass to be there? Not a one. I help you. Not a motherfucking one. You look stupid as heck. I said I cannot believe Fatima's at this hospital right now. I know that we have gone to the pits of hell within this relationship, but I thought she was smarter than that. I thought she had a little bit. And it's not about you and your dick measuring contest with Karen, honey. I changed my mind. You changed your mind to look stupid? Because had you stayed your ass home, you would have looked strong. Had you stayed your ass home, you would have looked like maybe I believe I'm in a healthy relationship. You would have looked like maybe I trust my man. This looks insecure. It looks weak. It looks like you don't trust this nigga. And you're putting yourself through this misery. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. They asses need to break up. And even if they don't stay broken up during this particular season, they need to break up. Because I don't actually think that Zach is wrong to touch Karen's belly. But I understand how that's going to hurt
He's not
you
wrong.
in seeing that. So, baby, if you can't handle seeing it, but you also can't handle staying your ass at work or staying your ass at the duplex so you don't see it, then get out the damn relationship, Fatima, because at this point, it's giving Daniela vibes and you bringing this shit on yourself.
Well,
But we didn't even get to the
I didn't
hospital
think
yet. I jumped
started
onto
at this.
that. I'm on your ass number
No, that's
one
where we was
for
going, right?
telling Andy. That's none of your motherfucking business. And
Yes.
you need your ass beat for that. But now we can go ahead. Go ahead, Ellie. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we there. That the moment I saw the way that Fatima ran out of that law firm, I knew exactly where she was going.
I knew where she was going when she
She was
ran
like
too.
Flojo up out of there.
Flojo.
Yeah, knew exactly where she was going.
Looking dumb as
But I
hell.
must say,
Why? Why?
yes, yes. And I think this is where, and I think this is a good place to have a really good conversation, in-depth conversation. But I was so excited that she came in when she came in. But okay, so we at the hospital. So when Zach comes in, so I'm gonna put a pin in that. So Zach is late, but he's late because he brings Karen lunch. I know you said we might be here for a while. I just wanted to make sure you was comfortable. And in that moment, I enjoy the level of maturity that existed between the two because we're just coming off of Zach showing his ass at her grand opening and her showing up to his house unannounced. So it was almost as if we are not even going to worry about what has transpired in the past 2 days. We are here to find out what's going on with this baby. And that was something that I could appreciate. I thought it was lovely. I thought it was nice. She had already filled out his information, meaning this is somebody who she knows a lot about. And as she stated, I probably know this stuff more than, better than you. All you got to do is sign it. So when he made the joke about, the baby having a light bulb head like him, and I just thought it was a cute, genuine moment. I thought it was a very sweet, genuine moment. And I was so glad Fatima walked in when she did. Since you want to be somewhere that you shouldn't be, whatever your eyes beheld, that's what the hell you were supposed to see. And I'm glad that's what you saw. Because anytime I feel Karen is in the presence of Zach and Fatima, he treats Karen differently. When it's just him and Karen in a moment like that, the dynamic, the shift, the energy is so very different. And I'm so glad that Fatima saw that, because I'm like, you're not seeing something that you don't already mentally know. You already know, and that's where the insecurity is coming in, because you do not want this to be Zach's child. You won't deal with your feelings about it, and you somehow feel that your presence is going to make a
A
difference.
difference.
Baby, when Zach told Karen, I'm sorry that Fatima just popped up. I said, well, damn. Oh, so you don't want me here?
I said thank
No.
you. You need to apologize because that was an apology that's old, and we collecting every last one of the apologies for Karen because she don't get them too often.
Okay. I mean, absolutely don't. When you invited me, when you said you wasn't coming, I changed my mind. First of all, let's
But
be
real
real.
quick, pause,
You
pause,
lied.
real
You
quick,
was gonna
Ellie.
come anyway.
Let's pause there, and go back to Karen and Zach in the genuine moment that played out. Because quiet as kept,
Yeah.
nothing about that moment was romantic.
No.
Fatima, you literally bring the tension of potential romantic tension when you come in the room and create conflict by with your presence. Karen was accepting the things that Zach was giving, but also like, I ain't gonna get too comfortable. You can see her. And then it's not until the moment where he like rubs the belly and all of that and talking about and all of that, and you can see her crack a little bit. But even that wasn't until like, oh, I love you, I want you back. It was none of that. So even in this particular moment, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to your relationship. He's actually not even crossing the line, but now you want to walk in and add a little bit of extra tension because you done seen something and interpreted it in a way that you don't appreciate. However, you know it's very much so damn normal. So again, you need to break up with him because you cannot handle this particular moment and this particular part of his life. You said that you was here no matter what. You said that you gonna ride with him. Riding don't mean that your ass always have to be seated right here on his right and or left side. Riding sometimes mean that you keep your ass at home while he does what he needs to do. Because had you not come in there would not be no awkward moment. They would have done what they needed to do and go. Nary apart shall meet. So she deserved it. You 100% right. She deserved to see what she saw.
Oh, she
She
deserved
deserved to
all
feel
the
the way that she
things.
feel about what she saw. Because, girl, why?
Yeah.
They had a little banter, so you don't
But we
want me
gonna talk
here?
about
That's
this
what you
one.
was talking about. So you don't want me here?
Right.
Nobody said that. And even that, it's like you're so insecure, so jealous, and so selfish. Because the fact that you need this audible validation of him wanting you here when this is not a moment about you or him. He might be the pappy, but this shit ain't even about him. This is about her. And that's the part that pisses me off. Like, I'm trying to have grace and understanding for her particular part and like being with a partner who has given her 100% reason to question her. I mean, to question him. But again, when you
Mm-hmm.
decide to stay in a relationship, at some point you got to get a nigga trust or leave his ass. But you're moving in a way totally disregarding this woman who you know that you can actually empathize with. But because she's particularly tied to Zach, you don't have no empathy no more. You don't have no grace. You don't have no understanding. When you've literally been her up until the damn pregnancy, you have done everything that Karen has done before. And now all of a sudden she gotta be your op in this way. At the hospital when she gotta get amniocentesis.
Yes.
You need to be here to support Zach, but Zach is supposed to be here to get the answer that he asked for, prompted by you, but specifically to support the mother of his goddamn child. So if he here to support the mother of the goddamn child, you probably here to support him, which means that you should be here to support her, but you give no goddams about her damn feelings and or support. So that's actually a lie. You're not here to support him. You're here to make sure he don't stick parts of him and the parts of her. And that's stupid.
Facts.
Why are you in a relationship like that?
Yeah. I, that whole thing for me, and I think even with the way that Karen handled it, I think she handled it with grace, because
Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel like if that was me and I'm just putting myself in that situation and I asked for her not to. I asked you
I asked for no
not to bring her
bitches.
to my
Why
appointment.
am I seeing a bitch? That's the
Well,
first thing that would have came out of my mouth.
well,
First thing.
I would have got to that. I would have got to that, but in her initial her initial her initial ask was like, please don't bring Fatima to my appointment. And that's when Fatima came from behind. No, I heard my name. That's when she became a bitch. And the bitches solo, no bitches. And the fact that
I would
she,
have been
oh, you
like,
know, who gonna stop me?
God, am I seeing bitches? I would have turned that
And
whole
like,
waiting
and
room
she could have
out.
went there. She could have went there. And the fact that she did not, she was like, you know, Zach, I thought I asked you not to bring it. Like, well, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Fatima just popped up. That in itself, I laughed. I'm sorry that Fatima just popped up. Oh, you don't want me here, Fatima? No.
You're not
Well,
needed, boo.
I'm just here to support Zach because I know you don't like needles. No, you didn't. I was like, y'all just wrote that when he had to do anything with needles since being with Fatima.
When?
Kiss my ass. But anyway,
And you still support
I
him.
just
You know
felt
he
that
don't
that was
like
to
needles, and
me.
yet once y'all get alone, you tease him about the damn needles. I bet
You
you
tease him
Karen had
about
the I
them,
bet you
and you
Karen
can't.
had the right
Okay,
recipe to calm his ass down to get that needle. I bet you she had it. But you go ahead, take a spot. Go ahead.
babe.
Fatima is going out bad.
I
Let me
thought
okay, Paul. Don't lose your thought,
she
Ellie.
going out
Please
bad,
don't lose your
baby.
thought. Because when
I'm
I
not. I'm
think
not.
about the people who come into my DMs and they are so distraught about how they feel like Karen as a character is going to get assassinated this season and how it's going to be so bad, I'm like, there's nothing worse than what is happening right now to Fatima. Fatima looks dumb as fuck. Like, it looks terrible. And then if Karen ain't got that, then we good. Like, I promise y'all, we good. Like, I get that they in the spaces talking to the Zatima lovers, but they doing something because look at what they got this girl doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, it's interesting because one thing I like Kayla. I hope I'm saying that right. Kayla B just said, "Wait, how he don't like needles? Don't he have tattoos?" So my thing was Zach, and I always thought about this. Zach is with the vow, you know, is tatted up. So we gonna have him scared of needles. Maybe we should have covered his tattoos like all the rest of the men's tattoos have been covered up because Kevin is tatted down. But on the
Mm,
show, Aaron doesn't have any tattoos, but y'all chose to leave the Val's tattoos on his body. But he has a thing for needles. Okay. But I was in line with what you were saying. Fatima showing up to this appointment was one of the most insecure moves she
so
could have ever
insecure.
done. We're talking about they're in a public space, they're at a hospital. Karen is getting a procedure done. They need to draw blood from Zach, and you feel you need to be there under the guise or lie of I'm here to support Zach. I'm sorry, is he going to court or something? Is he on trial? I can see support for that. You're going to be nosy. You're going because you, as you stated, you want to make sure that nothing happens between Karen and Zach because the reality is you do not trust him with Karen. This is no different than Fatima showing up at Karen's house after she told Zach she was going to leave the door open because she wanted to have sex with him. This is no different than Fatima going to the coffee shop and viewing the footage of them while they were there because you don't trust Zach. You honestly believe that anytime he's alone with Karen, there is always a possibility for sex. Period.
Or him
And
to
the
fall
deeper
down
part
and
of it
wake up
is,
and realize that he's still in love with
oh,
her and leave your ass.
that he's still in love with her. So when people say, "Well, I don't," Zach ain't with, no, no, no. It's something there. And for Fatima to feel that she needs to be around tells me all I need to know.
Yep.
Whether it's verbalized or not, her actions tell me all I need to know. Because anybody who was secure, okay, babe, I know you going to the thing. Let me know how I go when you get back. He should know how to go get a shot or get blood drawn and come back home. I'm not understanding.
And quiet is
So I'm
kept.
glad she did.
Quiet is kept. At least for me, her character would be so much more interesting to me if she stopped lying about who she is to everybody, including herself and her fiance. because you are proving day after day after day how insecure you are. So lean into it. If you're going to stay in this relationship and you still feel a way, say how you feel. Stop acting like you big bad Tima and can't nothing touch you. Meanwhile, the fact that Zach is going down and get some damn blood drawn and sit next to Karen in the waiting room is stirring you. It got you running out the goddamn law firm like you Flojo. The littlest things can bother you. The littlest things can get to you if it's a circumstance specifically tied to Karen with Zach. But you want to play like you big bad Tima. That's uninteresting. We don't believe you. Your actions are literally saying the opposite. And I could actually cultivate a little bit more grace and a little bit more empathy for if you leaned into how insecure you are. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to Zach. Stop lying to your goddamn fans. You're insecure, boo. You are jealous. And honestly, the circumstance that you in, it makes sense. It will cultivate those feelings. Those feelings are very natural. My biggest issue is your resistance to actually address them and accept them. That's my issue. My issue has never been that she's insecure. I have been insecure. I still am insecure in various spaces in my life, depending on what the circumstance is, depending on what the room is. That's still an emotion, a feeling, a thing that I have to overcome depending on what it was. And there have been things that were insecurities for me that are no longer. That's a part of our life and our journey. But Fatima running around here acting like nothing touch her, nothing affect her, nothing. She's so perfect. Everything is great. It ain't great. You running out the law firm like Flojo and then been in the corner at the goddamn hospital and getting the wind knocked out of you by seeing Zach rub on a pregnant woman's belly. Everything ain't great, boo. It's actually in shambles. Go on and sit your ass down next to Daniela at this goddamn therapy office and talk about how both y'all's life is a goddamn wreck. Because, again, why are you with this man if you gotta do all of this? Is this what you really believe love look like? Is this what you really believe love feel like? And the Fatima that they gave us in season 2, I did not believe that that's what she knew love to be. Like this? Did you not go through Ian for a reason? And no, I'm not saying that Zach don't love her. I think he's trying to love her as best as he can, but I also think he got a chip on his shoulder, and I think he got something to prove with Fatima. So it's not all about love, which is why he's making the missteps that he's making. Miss Mamas, you are getting certain things in your intuition. Certain feelings are being drawn up for you for a reason, and it's making you behave one way, but you need to reject that behavior and do the opposite thing. Everything in your stomach telling you to stay in this relationship because you are ride or die, leave it. Everything in your stomach telling you to go down to this hospital, take your ass home. Pack your stuff up. Y'all could go back to dating. This is y'all's world.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But baby, we can't forget about the nurse that I got a good chuckle from the depths of my soul. Oh, Zach and Karen. Darren will make a good boy's name. I said shit. Oh my God. And for that to be their, what they call it, their ship name.
Hollering. Hollering. Again, y'all, don't be listening to these damn writers over on this Twitter Spaces because we getting ours. And I'm not even rooting for Zach and Karen to get back together. But I'm taking every single lick back that they giving us. And they giving us some of them. That one was a lick back. Y'all can't tell me it wasn't. They are eating these Fatima fans up this season. Y'all better stay focused.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's there. In plain sight and in living color. Baby, and
then Zarin.
It was a whole bunch of licks. You had that. Then for Karen to witness Fatima not trusting Zach when he tried to kiss her, like, yeah, we gonna talk about this when we get home. What the hell is there to talk about? You acting like this in front of this woman. This is the wrong woman for you to do that in front of. But I'll take it. Oh, baby, that veil has been destroyed. That veil slowly is coming, and I absolutely love it. And for everybody who gonna come on my channel, I get it. But you know what? I don't give a damn. The way that we had to see Karen play out her hurt and her heartbreak with Zach, and truly understanding what is actually going on and how she was being portrayed. I love this for her.
Yes.
I love this for her. I love her being able to have a front row seat at what is going on right now, to know that she is still a threat, who she should not even be, but
Yep.
she is a threat to Fatima's relationship with Zach. Do I want that for Fatima? I don't. But until Fatima can be honest with who she is and we have access to see that, bring it on. I'm loving it.
Period.
I'm absolutely loving it. And the fact that Karen got an apology from Zach in front of Fatima. Oh, it was a whole bunch of stuff happening
Like y'all gotta stay
in this episode.
focused,
To break it
bro.
down.
And that's the T. There's so many things with
Yeah.
Karen. It comes as implied things. They're not outright. They're not built into the dialogue in the same way that the declarations of Fatima is the baddest bitch and all that comes. But we're getting ours. We're getting ours on the Karen side. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We getting ours.
Yeah.
Zach has been
Yeah.
addressing the
Love
child
it.
as Zach Jr. Exactly, Keisha.
Yes. And Karen didn't stop him. She didn't say Zach Jr. Baby, she was with it. She was with it. She didn't care. I said, okay.
Which is it's like,
Okay, Zach
okay, girl,
Jr.
you feel away, you insecure about it, but then maybe this is not the relationship for you, honey. Maybe this isn't the right timing. Let it go, girl. Because if you got to do all this, and again, y'all,
Yeah.
please listen to me when I say, because I know y'all are diehard as a team of fans. I don't actually believe in their coupledom anymore because there's a lot of growth that needs to happen. Um, but when I do say they can break up and get back together later, I do mean that. Fatima cannot handle this season that Zach is in his life. And she's going to rob him of something that he said that he actually wanted to experience in reference to being there from moment one with his future child. So that moment that they had where he's rubbing the belly and he's smiling, he's talking about his big head this and Zach Jr. that, he is deserving of that moment. Why rob that of him with your presence, with your angst, with your anger? That's not fair to him. It's not fair to you.
Facts. Yeah, that's true. And then even like when they went back in the room to get the blood drawn, and she was like, I think she said something along the lines of, I'm in this with you, like this is your life, but I'm in this with you, and if the baby is yours. And I'm like, see that even that right there, you said you're here to support him, and you're still bringing that negativity,
Yep.
that doubt, even in your tone, with the clenched teeth and all of that. And like, babe, even if the baby that Karen is carrying is yours, we in this. Like, there's a difference in
It's a
how,
difference.
if you really feel that way, how it would come off. The clenched teeth, the attitude, the tone, the rolling of the eyes, all that matters. Like, you're really not there to support. That's not what support looks like. And I
Yep.
think, to me, that was a big deal. Even letting people know, simply because you are present, it does not mean you are supporting.
At all.
Danny was present at Sabrina's house and supporting her. So your presence means absolutely nothing if your support is not genuine.
Yep.
And to me, I don't think so. I think Fatima being there was genuine. It just
At
it
all.
wasn't.
At all. And I'm wondering if Zach is still at the hospital because she has to leave to go save Andy since she's Batwoman.
I think he's
Um,
still there.
okay, he's gonna still be there. I know we got the photo, which I
I think
knew.
because
I knew when they dropped those photos, I was like, they're not doing all of this in one episode. I know that this is about to
I
stretch.
know they ain't giving us all that. Yeah, I mean they ain't giving us all that. Yeah.
Because we still gotta have Zach seeing Aaron ass come back around. And I thought you said, well, I did.
Yeah.
And things change. People
Yeah.
pop up. I hope Karen is so
People
happy to
pop
see
up.
him. I hope that she is relieved to see him. I hope that Karen, even if she don't say it, I hope that Karen has a moment where she just like breathes deeply at the sight of Aaron. Baby, that's gonna send me next week. If she does that, that will send my ass.
I am so ready for Karen to see Zach. I mean, to see Aaron. When I saw the picture, I screamed with excitement because I knew he was coming back. I just didn't know what episode he was coming back. And I'm like, I'm so glad that we're seeing him. And I was utterly surprised when, because I thought that was going to be his introduction back on the show. But when we
Yeah.
saw him in the car calling Pam, I was like, oh my, like, I was so excited. I was so excited to see him. But I want Karen and Aaron to have their moment,
Yeah.
regardless of like, it's good to see you. It's been a long time, and I've been thinking about. I want them to have that moment. I just want her to be able, and not because it's just him necessarily. I really want the character of Karen to be able to feel all the love that she could possibly feel during this
Mm-hmm.
moment, especially when she has addressed so many times that she feels alone. And I don't
Yeah.
think any pregnant woman should feel that way. When you're preparing yourself to bring forth life, and I just want her to have that feeling of security and somebody really got me. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, whether she was texting Aaron, whether she was giving him romantic, advances or whatever, he had her. Period.
Yeah.
And I want that so much. I really do.
Same. And if y'all haven't seen, I did post the photos on my community tab, but Sisters, the official Sisters on BT Instagram account, leaked photos for tonight's episode, as well as a photo of both Aaron and Zach in the hospital room with Karen while they're looking at the sonogram. And they're all looking at the sonogram, but Karen is holding Zach's hand for whatever reason. But they all seem like they're going along to get along. And you know what? This is how you behave. If you want to be the additional parent in the situation, Fatima, this is how you behave. Because that's one thing that I feel like Aaron didn't always have to do, but he made a priority to do, is meet Zach with a certain level of respect because he understood who this man is to Karen. And he has respect for her. But quiet as kept, I guess we gonna go ahead and say the quiet part out loud, which really just popped up in my head. Maybe Fatima don't actually respect Zach, which is how she's able to disrespect Karen in the ways that she is in reference to popping up. Yes, Karen be disrespecting her, but also you can't possibly respect Zach, especially because we see that you don't trust him and you do goofy like this. And you come and you create tension every single time. Like, okay, cool, you come into the hospital, but why not even come to the hospital? I'm not here to start no stuff. I just want to see if y'all need anything. You don't come humble. You don't do any of that. That's some shit that Aaron would do. And that's how you move. Aaron is going to walk into this hospital. He going to see Zach and be like, yo, what's up? How you been? Zach going to be rude.
Mm-hmm.
And then he going to be like, okay, well, is Karen in here?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Fatima don't know nothing about that. I want her to know something about that. I thought that she knew something about that. But it was all a lie, apparently.
It was all a dream.
The way I'm cackling at the thought of this, like them in here, and I like as you said, Allie, as you said, Karen, you are not alone, babes. Even in specific moments as you're going along on this journey has felt like it, but you have never been alone. While Zach has not been able to be with you, you have definitely been on his mind, and you're clearly definitely in his relationship because she can't let it go. Aaron is checking up on your ass. Even your hating ass homegirl Daniela can't stop talking about you. You living rent free up in her head. Now she don't have no good wishes for you, but again, Miss Mamas, you are impactful. You matter. You are not alone. Naps for days. What are you talking about? You said I feel like we've seen that from her before, and Karen
Yeah,
popped off.
I was just about to ask that thing.
Because I also gave y'all example of like Aaron has met Zach with peace. Zach has popped off, and Aaron has still continued with peace because his whole intentions was peace. You can't walk into a circumstance of people, and again, sometimes things are gonna happen. So I'm not saying every single time, but to me, I can see what's clearly your intention, or if you're moving without any intention, how quickly you get distracted from the mission. So even if Fatima has, from what you're saying, I think, because it's broken up, I didn't get to see the message before that. But even if you said that Fatima has met Karen with peace and Karen popped off, if Fatima didn't stay in a place of peace, then she never intended to come with peace. That's my whole point. But y'all love to miss the point. I'm just saying. Naps for days.
Yeah.
Fatima tried to befriend Karen. Karen has also tried to befriend them. The last that we saw them interacting, and I'm not specifically coming for you, Nat, for days because you not new around here. Like, trust, I'm not coming for you, babes. But this kind of
Yeah.
rhetoric happens a lot. Fatima tried to befriend Karen. The last that we saw of this, Karen was doubling back, apologizing for confronting them in the grocery store, buying Michael all types of stuff, telling her that she's not gonna come in the house because she's not ready and she gonna deal with what she got to deal with, and they were cool. When we come into this season, Karen has not called y'all, has not popped up, has not done nothing, and you have had nothing but negative things to say about her behind her back to her friends. I don't appreciate the Fatima has done this, Fatima has done that, and it's all Karen. It has never been all Karen. Ever. It has never been all Karen. And y'all gonna stop propagating that lie on today. Now that we done got the spoiler photos, and I done told y'all, and I had thought somebody had said, we're done letting it slide. Okay? We're done letting it slide. If Fatima really wanted to be Karen's friend, she would be Karen's friend. I said what I said.
Yeah. And anytime, even going back to that, anytime, like that last time, Karen dropped the items off, and the next day, I thought they had a nice moment. The next day, Fatima is going to Andy questioning Karen's mental stability. She's carrying a child. She did something nice, and you acted as if you were cool with it, invited her into your home, but then when you get to work, it's a completely different story. Then, I think it was episode after that, she called Zach, and all she wanted was the name of the realtor. She got off the phone with him. Oh, I ain't with her stuff. I'm like, what stuff? The last two times you seen this woman, when she found out what was going on at the grocery store, she apologized. And not only did she apologize, she did it because she understood Zach came from a broken home like that, and it hit home. So you know what? Let me help. Let me do something out of the kindness of my heart, and this is what it was. And as you said, 3 months, no calling, no show up. Zach hit the restart button. And then when she came to the house, before Fatima became all the bitches, please don't bring to my appointment. I heard my name. You didn't even need to do that.
At all.
All she said was, "Don't take Fatima to my appointment." Well, I'm gonna be the wife to be. Well, I don't want you at my appointment. Well, who gonna stop me? Really? And it goes back. I think something in mirror. I don't know. We had this conversation privately or on live. I don't even remember. But my whole thing is, yes, Fatima has tried to be cool, but underneath there has always been the issue with Karen since that sleeping, since her and Zach had sex in that back room. There has always been something there that Fatima could not stand about Karen. I don't care how well you think you hide it, it always comes out. You can be cool, you can even be nice, but that thing is still there though. It's still there. And I'm like, there have been moments, and it just comes out. It's how we get from being cool. He showed his ass at my grand opening. I come up, yeah, you almost woke up Michael. That boy upstairs knocked out. Don't do that. Don't do that. But it was just very,
And
very,
speaking from
interesting.
a who befriended my Zach's first high school love. I'm like, y'all gotta also be for real. Like, me and Allie be coming to this thing. Yes, we're commentators. Yes, we're reviewing. Yeah, we're providing a little bit of critique, but we always sprinkle in real life experience. So when I say that if you actually wanted to be the new girl's friend, you would be the new girl's. I mean, if you wanted to be the ex's friend, you would be the ex's friend. I've befriended an ex. It might have been on from some nefarious reasons to start because I wanted to get information. But she a cool ass bitch. Still a cool ass to this day. We'll ride for her. Love her. Like, it can happen. But you gotta set your intentions and stay focused on your damn intentions. Maybe that's part of the problem. Nobody wants to stay focused these days. I'm sorry, Ellie. I interrupted you.
It's like that go around. I think for me, when having these conversations with the whose team this and who team that and I did, and I'm like, I'm not anybody's team. I'm just gonna call it out like I see it. If I feel like Karen is doing something crazy, I'm gonna call it. If she doing something wild, I'm gonna call it out. Same with everybody else. I just feel like the character of Karen, this character gets bashed so much
She
for being
does.
human.
Even this person, real
She
quick,
gets
before pause,
mad.
Allie, because Naps for Days is also saying she tried to
Okay.
commit multiple times though. So which argument are you making? Because now I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed because y'all love to move the goalposts. We having a conversation about one thing, and now all of a sudden we're entering into the argument that she tried to come multiple times and did. She never like she wasn't trying to befriend Fatima. So you made the argument that Fatima was trying to befriend her. She has to also accept it. Just because somebody's trying to befriend you don't mean that you have to befriend them. Don't mean that you owe them anything. So what does that have to do with the price of tea in China or to the argument that we're making in reference to there was never full on intention and she always was moving in a way that it was her too. Even though y'all try to make it seem like it's always Karen. That's the that pisses me off. That's the that moving forward, I'm definitely going to start calling out more because y'all move the goalposts. We address a specific thing that you say. We provide points, examples, everything for the thing that you say. And then you go and try to say something else, never really taking accountability for the fact that we actually addressed it. I don't like that, Allie. I don't like that.
Well, I didn't even see the comment until you mentioned it. About I guess Karen trying to F him multiple times. When? I don't even remember that part. She only offered sex once that I can remember.
But see, that's the point. Like, when people want to be manipulative in a conversation or in an argument, they'll try to say something else that completely takes you off of whatever the hell you were talking about. Like, that don't, one, that's not actually true. Two,
It's not true.
that's not even what we was talking about.
No. Because what we were talking about was the fact that, we'll call whatever character needs to be called out, but the fact that the character Karen just get bashed for being human, another character could do the same exact thing that Karen does, they would get a pass. Or if Karen would have done something similar to another character that gets a pass, she would get bashed. So I
Yes.
think for me, like when we get people on our comment section, you a Karen lover, or you don't ever call her out, and I'm thinking, do you be on Twitter? Do you be on Facebook? Y'all drag this girl for everything. I've had people even from tonight episode say, "Well, that's the reason why Karen didn't want Fatima at the doctor's office because she was trying to come on to Zach. Come on to Zach when? She didn't come on to Zach not one time. You didn't like their interaction because he was actually taking joy in seeing her the growth of her stomach to rub her stomach. What and as Erica stated earlier, there was nothing romantic or sexual about it. It's sad when you watch something you have to always sexualize it because nothing was sexual about that. He called the baby Zach Jr. He rubbing
He's
her
been
stomach.
calling the
She didn't
baby
have a
Zach
problem
Jr.
with it. Way before, yeah. She didn't
And
say,
going to
"Oh, well,
your point
can
about
you
the
put me
comment
in the
section,
picture?"
I have realized, Allie, that I think that a lot of these people are struggling with our audacity. The audacity for us to create a safe space and a big up Karen. Because they have literally taken over every piece, nook, and cranny of the internet with there's a team of propaganda. And I feel like our two channels are like the last frontier. And they're really pissed that they cannot plant their little goofy ass Christopher Columbus colonizer ass flag for that goofy ass narrative behind that struggle love ass couple. But stay mad.
Yeah, and it's like I just don't get it, and it really makes me wonder how people, say, navigate their relationships, like
Naps for
with
days.
a
We're not
man
talking
or with
specifically
whoever.
about you right now. We're talking about like I was speaking specifically to you when
Oh, no,
you
no, no,
speak
no, no, no.
the when you changed the narrative in reference to that particular point. But again, you have been here. I don't really have much smoke for you. I was literally speaking to that particular point. And the comment I just made about comment section in general and Twitter in general, we're not talking specifically about you. Sorry, Ellie. I
Oh,
just didn't
definitely
want her
not.
to or them to think that.
Ain't nowhere near that dirty Twitter streets. That water is muddy and
Oh
dirty.
my
But
god.
I'm just like, Karen did what? Yeah, oh, she look how she. Why is she grabbing hold to Zach's hand? I said, well, it looks like he's grabbing hers. And however it goes, so what? They're having a hand embrace at the moment. What? That's his baby.
Over their
What does
child.
it matter? What? Okay,
They're both
I
first time parents, and I know Michael exists, but for all intents and purposes, this feeling is a first time for Zach. He has not gotten experienced this before.
yeah.
This is why Fatima needs to be there because Karen just couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. It's like
Yeah.
Karen couldn't wait to fill out the paperwork and sit there and wait for him to come in late. That's what she couldn't wait for. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta
I just
chill.
I'm like, and all you can do is really laugh because I'm like, nothing is gonna change on my end. Nothing gonna change on Erica end. And it's like, it's okay. Y'all have Facebook. Y'all have Twitter. Y'all like Karen name up every on every platform. She gets dragged every The girl don't do nothing. What did she do? I can't wait to find out what they gonna say she did this episode.
Y'all got every last one but these two. And we going to war about ours.
All the way. So baby, when Karen is in that darn room and we finally hear the heartbeat. And when that doctor turned that darn monitor around, we saw them two babies.
Okay, I didn't like that,
I
Ellie.
said,
I didn't like how they played it.
I didn't either.
Tyler, we're gonna be in the hospital. We're gonna have some doctors. They need to behave like doctors. One, the doctor would never sit this goofy ass needle down like that. That's for one. For two, going back to drawing Zach's blood. Where is the thing to stop the blood? Like, where is that? Where's the rubber band? It's not on you hold his arm, I'm gonna hold his arm. Like, can we please? Can we please? I cannot continue to suspend my disbelief. Why in the hell, going back to Karen in this room, doctor, you turn it around and then we clearly see these two freaking babies. And you have the delayed reaction of the whole damn year not seeing these babies until you look up close when they big as hell. They damn cantaloupes, lady. What? Ellie. The tourniquet. Yes, I couldn't think of the name right now. The tourniquet. Put the damn tourniquet on Zach's arm. Pick them damn twins the moment you turned it around, or don't have that be the first scene on the sonogram. Have the sonogram move a little bit, Tyler. Come on, you got money. You got money. I'm sorry, Ellie. That part stressed me out.
That part stressed me out too. And the fact I just got blood work a couple days ago, and not even that. You just know how it would go. You wrap the thing around your arm. I'm like, this is just so like okay. But as you stated, the delay from that doctor was like, because it threw me off. Like it threw me off. I'm like, you don't. First of all, helpful, you looked at this monitor before you turned it to Karen. You literally saw them twins, and then to act all shocked I was so happy because when I tell you, I be really nice sometimes on my channel, and I don't be saying much. Sometimes I more than often I do say something. The responses of people wishing death on a
I've been
fake
blocking them.
fetus.
I've been blocking them. So once you post that on my channel, I blocked your ass. Just so you know. Yes, if you don't see it anymore, you have been blocked. Because I'm not doing that with y'all.
Pancreas, the swollen pancreas is what got me.
The pancreas
Somebody
is
literally
fine,
commented.
but the whole only one of the babies gonna survive. Zach's baby for her is not gonna survive anyway, so it don't even matter. Blocked. Mwah. Blocked. That's all I got for you.
This has been just absolutely nuts. But baby, when I tell you Karen's response, I think I laughed a lot on this episode. Karen? Twins? What you say? Oh hell no. Baby, I hollered. I said, baby, she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for that.
And listen, I know him. Our sister's going. She going through, Ellie. Next 3 episodes, she gonna be going through, and she can't even drink. I'm sorry, but you gonna make it to the promised land, Karen. You gonna have 2 healthy, beautiful ass, black ass babies, and we love that for you, girl. She literally she said, "Oh hell no." Yeah, y'all don't really get to see a lot. Like, I y'all are in the comment section. I'll probably like people who are like regularly there. So like I think A Noel will be able to speak to this a lot. Um,
Yeah.
Sorry, like different people. Not to say that you have to be. Nobody's saying you gotta start the comment section, but y'all have no idea the amount of stuff that we get sent and stuff that gets put up on our pages that we have to moderate. It is wild. The stuff be
It's wild.
deplorable. I've heard so many things that's going to happen to this baby, and they be specific. Like I've
Yeah.
even saw Karen is going to almost lose her life because she got to pass the baby, and it's not, and it's too big, and it's just like, but it's dead in her belly, and it's just like, why did you sit here and need to type that to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ebony be acting down, DNC greatness. You are so right. Oh hell no. She said, "What the fuck?" It was so real. It was the realest thing about that whole entire scene. It was the
It was so
realest thing
real.
about that whole scene. That reaction was pure gold. She's like, listen here, you gonna have to say that this is all good with a little bit more confidence. She's like, congratulations. Oh hell no. She said, double the stress. I ain't got no money as it is. This, I told him come with no bitches, and he here with bitches. Like, my girlfriends is barely girlfriends, and now it's two of them. Child, Ebony gonna do it for me every time. She's brilliant.
Every single time.
I get that response, and look, and I actually want twins, but I could totally see that being my response and finding out if I didn't think it was the case to begin with. If I ain't know from up front, and I've been carrying these little suckers.
Yeah. Ooh, Jesus.
That I will say, while the scene itself in reference to the doctor's delivery was just completely unbelievable, the screenshot made my damn day, and the scene did give me a nice little, okay, I'll take this. I will take this. It was a moment for a second I thought, like, why isn't Zach in here? But I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking what's going to happen is she has to get up. Well, I'm thinking that she leave and go back in the room at that time. Like
Or
I'm
does
trying to
Zach
figure out
run
how she,
into Aaron outside?
Aaron. Yeah,
And then he say
yeah,
she's in
yeah,
there, and then Aaron goes in, and Zach is like, I ain't standing out here, even though he was just waiting out there.
yeah.
I got that
So I'm
happening.
curious to see how.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see how that part plays out next week. Um, but then this happened all the time too, like with twins, because my friend, she had her twins, and she was done, but one of them was hiding behind the other one. The people was like,
Mm.
"Well, well, they didn't." I'm like, "Yeah, it's easy to miss. Sometimes they do miss them. They don't see them." But I'm like, "Yeah, child. Whew,
Yeah,
Jesus.
and in this case, y'all, because they are in two separate sacs, that means that two eggs were fertilized by two different sperm. And because there's a couple different ways that twins can actually happen. And for all the people in the comments also saying that don't make no sense, that can't actually happen. It actually can happen, especially the circumstances that they. This is why y'all don't need to be swinging on everybody's poles all at once. Okay, it can happen, boo. Um, I'm excited. Erica James ain't been on this live. You think she's sliding down the wall, punching the air?
Was she in here earlier? I thought she was in
Was
here,
she
or
in
maybe
here
she
earlier?
couldn't stay. I thought she was.
I'm like, dang, I wanted to talk to her anyway because of Love is Blind, but and the correlation I made between this person on there and Zach, because it's literally Zach in real life. But anyway, I know that a lot of people are not rooting for Zach to be the father, but at the end of the day, y'all, like I have been saying for 18 months now, it is the stronger story choice. If you do not want to get rid of Zach in the Sisters universe, or not in the Sisters universe, on Sisters as a show, because he can go ahead and have Zatima. If you want Zach to still stay on Sisters, Karen is his link to Sisters. Fatima is not it. She's not a strong enough link. She's barely a sister. So this has to happen. So y'all just gotta accept it. Oh, she was here earlier. We missed her. I missed her
I don't think she stayed long though, but I think she
because
was
this
there.
episode probably pissed her off. She's mad as hell. And I'm not laughing at you, Erica.
She
I
did.
just know that you mad, honey. I know that you are heated.
She said something like she hoped Karen isn't carrying the seed of Chucky or something like that. She said, she cannot stand Zach.
Oh, she's like, hope he's not the seed of Chucky. Woo, child.
Don't do that. Don't do Zach. But yes, but I've always said that, and I know, like, and I made several videos in particular talking about that very point because there's a lot of people who feel like Karen doesn't have a storyline outside of Zach, which I don't even understand that. But I'm like, Karen is the link for the character of Zach because without that link, there is no reason for him to be on Sisters. Period. There's just everything can happen on Tsushima. Ain't no
Yeah.
reason for him to be on Sisters. So either he's going to be the father of both. Because I think you can. How does it work when you, like, let's say one sperm, can one sperm fertilize an egg and then that egg break into?
Yes, that's how identical twins happen. So like A Noel just posted, fraternal twins are always two eggs and two sperm. Yes, fraternal twins are always two eggs and two sperm. However, when they happen with just one parent, it's two sperms by the same person. It just so happened that this one is two sperms by different people. I mean, this isn't fully confirmed yet, but I'm telling y'all, I'm choose to listen or choose not to. I'm gonna keep moving how I've been moving. But yes, in the other way, the identical way is technically a mutation that happens when the egg splits
Did it
upon
freeze?
fertilization. Did it freeze? You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Allie.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So, and then some technically there's like super rare cases where two eggs can try to fertilize one sperm, and then you have certain mutations that happen with that. Like, there's things that happen. But what happened in this case is two, and this is also T for 30 somethings. It's more likely to happen the older you get as you are approaching perimenopause and menopause. Because she is a 36-year-old woman, she's more likely to release more than one egg at a time.
Mm. Ooh, Karen.
It proves how bitter these fans are.
Baby.
I mean, it's I don't know. I'm real particular about the word bitter, but I see what you're saying, Lil V. TP still says that Aaron is sterile. Allie, are you still on the camp? Is Aaron sterile for you still?
I'll tell you, I'm still there unless one of these kids prove me otherwise.
Really? See
I
y'all,
believe that.
Allie ain't even bought into it. So like y'all don't have to come and drag my ass through the streets. We've been friends. Allie, on the 31st is gonna be our 1 year anniversary of this podcast. Listen, y'all can believe what you believe, honey. Believe what you believe. I don't think that Aaron is sterile
Yeah,
though. Yeah,
going over. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, you're right. And I think maybe two things can be true. Maybe he was told that he was sterile, and maybe this is his miracle baby. Maybe he been praying and fasting, and maybe it's the one little sperm that could get out. was
maybe that's.
was beatboxing with Zach's little ass sperm. He said, "I'm gonna take this one over here. You take that one." That's not funny. That's my friend. I'm worse as Daniela. But see, I'm doing it lightheartedly. Daniela means it maliciously. See that? You see what I did there?
That's true. I ain't
Karen
gonna
has been
hold you.
pregnant since season 3. Okay, we get it. Everybody's over it. That is not a character thing. That is a Tyler Perry thing. His storylines move like molasses. We are here now. Um, but remember the results
Teenagers.
said it was 99% that the baby was not his. So what does that account for? Keisha, this is great. And I'm glad that they made the point of specifically saying she has to test both sex. It could have been that the specific, which I don't know, she didn't do an amniocentesis before. So it could have been, and also I don't know if y'all know this, but one of the babies is big as hell, and the other one is like kind of big. So when they would test them before, they could have just tested for the baby that matches Zach's DNA and not the one that matches Aaron's DNA.
That's
That's
true.
how you account for that. Especially if Zach's baby is first and bigger or more dominant. Because that also happens. Sometimes they fighting over resources in the womb, and maybe Zach's one is a little bit more dominant, but don't not too much Zach fans, because I said that, but don't take it too far. What y'all think gonna happen on delivery day? Fatima gonna be drunk.
It's gonna be something.
I think delivery day gonna look like
Listen,
exactly what that screenshot looked like of them two standing next to her on either side, and Fatima's ass is at the bar. Why is she doing that to herself,
baby,
Ellie?
when I tell you, baby, it's gonna be something. That's what I can say. It's gonna be something.
What you think gonna happen on delivery day? What that look like for you? If you was penning the delivery day episode, what is given?
Episode for me is somehow Fatima is going to be at the if they still together, child. Um, Probably she's gonna be at the hospital. She's gonna make sure that Zach is okay. I guess until maybe he gonna come out periodically to make sure that Fatima is handling it well. Um, I don't know. I don't think because honestly, I think Fatima once she gets this news, I need to see how she processes this.
Mm,
Whether or not she's going to be there or not. Because I think Fatima is still going through her whole situation where, she still wanted to be the first woman to have Zach's children. That's
mm-hmm.
not going to happen. And so now you have to share or, watch someone else experience that with him, which is, I know it's hard. I'm not even going to front it. It got to be hard as hell. But in my world, Fatima would not be there. She would be at home with Michael because somebody got to watch Michael. And you just be there, and Zach will call you when the kids come out.
If I'm
I
writing
hell,
it,
I
if
shouldn't be
I'm
there.
writing the
I
episode,
wouldn't
if
be there.
Fatima is there, they get into a fight in the waiting room, and Zach tells her today ain't about you, and it crushes her little spirit, and she runs her ass up out of there, the same way that she ran up out of that damn.
I like that too.
Just based off of what they
I
gave.
like that too.
Thank you, Tracy B. Thank you, because I didn't see it.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Erica.
Of course. It's right next to the co-host. To Karen, and he's gonna be that all of this is happening outside. And maybe, I'm feeling this because maybe not. If I was in the damn writers' room, I would be pitching this. Maybe going into the pregnancy, she's also not friends with her friends, and they show up. So the men gotta field them and say, y'all got to go because something went down that was big. And wait, Ellie, you froze. Hold on, let me refresh you real quick, hon. I don't know what you think about that. I feel like that's given.
Yes, I feel like that's given. I feel like that's given because we know that it's going to be something. It's not going to be, oh, she just had a blissful time pushing out these twins. It's going to be something. So I think that's very on brand. That's definitely on brand.
901 trust no one, please, please, babes. I don't want to. I do not want to send your ass to Narnia. I really don't. I don't want to do it. But when y'all come on here and y'all blatantly lie, it just makes my ass itch. And to alleviate the sensation, I'm getting very trigger happy. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm getting very trigger happy these days. She's very manipulative. She created fake documents. Who is 99% not the father?
And do that. No, she did not do that. She did not fake any documents. She did not create. She did not make that. Uh, Aaron's paternity was this crazy thing. That was just horrible writing from Tyler. She did not create anything and falsified any DNA results.
I don't know if any of those DNA results say 100% anything. I think they always say 99.99%. And if he's not the father, 99.9%, that's like their little thing of how they like cover their ass. So like,
Yeah, I don't know how.
but also, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Of like what we were just talking about. Like it's interesting to me how certain things do not get let go when it comes to Karen. But then when other characters, and specifically the writing is janky as around other characters, y'all can suspend your disbelief and you are 100% locked in on it. Fatima is pregnant, ain't had a symptom, don't have a belly, ain't brought it up again, been drinking this entire time.
Fatima shot a gun in a small apartment with a child less than 10 feet away from her. But she's fit to raise a child. She's fit to be a good mother. Yet she don't
901 trust
use
no one.
common
You
sense.
said it would say 99.999% is the father. If he was the father. If it's not the father, then what would it say? Come on now. Use your common sense. And at this point, it's speaking to 901 Trust No One and the 6 people that post this every single day. I see this comment so damn much still about this piece of paper. Oh my God. But sorry, Ellie, what was you saying?
Um, I think I was replying to one of these comments.
I gotta get off of here
Um,
because what you literally started off with.
good mother. She never fired off no shot in the house with a baby.
And
But Karen has never paid a man to come and protect the baby. Did she? Nope. I don't think she did. Karen ain't never destroyed somebody's father's ashes. Nope. I don't think she did.
oh,
No,
but
she didn't do that.
when she threw the stuff
No,
out, then they was on her ass.
no, she ain't never busted nobody car windows and busted in their house and destroyed their property. But people get mad at her for placing Zach's grandfather's belongings outside the airport.
On the
Come on.
curb. What I want y'all to understand is y'all can have y'all opinion. The problem comes in is when you state in your opinion as if it's facts with the intention of trying to say that we are wrong. Even we are stating our opinions. My issue is when y'all come with a certain level of arrogance of, oh, Erica, you're wrong. Allie, you're wrong. And then you come with your opinion. You don't even come with no receipts and or facts. At least our opinions, for the most part, except for when we add a little extra, a little entertainment on top of there, our opinions come with receipts. As Allie said, Fatima gets to take a baseball bat to an urn, but Karen third for putting a box on a curb. Like, and you ain't even gonna address it. You're gonna just move on to something else. You're gonna move on to the other thing on your list because y'all are all on the same playbook and y'all all are copying and pasting the same comments, and we see it so much. That's the part that's like, I think, the most annoying of it all. It's like Y'all don't even got nothing new to say. Okay, you not saying I'm wrong. I'm just trying to figure out where it came from. You just brought the paper.
Those are facts.
Demetria didn't see your comment, boo. Ellie, were you talking to Demetria? Drop y'all's questions, drop y'all's thoughts, anything. We keep pausing. Hold on, I don't know what's going on, child. No, I think we just standing real still because Ellie looked frozen for a second, but we just sitting real still in the moment trying to read the comments.
Like I thought it was freezing. I thought it was if it was going in circles.
Um,
I
to be
think they
fair,
feel it easy on Karen compared to Fatima.
okay, A. Noel said, to be fair, a negative pregnancy paternity test wouldn't typically say 99% not the father, not in real life. So, yeah, the writers messed that up. So, what would it say? Because I asked that and nobody could give me that. I asked what it would say. And then you don't respond. This is when we start to have the disingenuous conversations. So until you can like provide me a proof and or receipt of that it would not say that, then how like and again, I did study biology and all that, but I was not down worrying about who is and who is not the father. I am not Mari. I don't give that much. So for all the people who saying that the paper would not say that, what would it say? And then again, to your point at the end, Noel, A Noel, it would not say 99% is the father if he's not the father. So I'm asking you, what is the statement if he is not the father? How do they actually articulate that on paper? Am I speaking Spanish? Ellie, am I asking, did that make sense?
Yeah, well, filling us in, she said it would say inconclusive. And the percentage was anything over zero.
Mm, I don't know if I
So
don't
that's
know
why
if
she.
I believe that 100%. I gotta go check that myself. It would say inconclusive. I don't it. So then, if that's the case, then that means no test could ever rule out anybody. I don't know. I gotta look it up myself because now I'm like, all right, Erica, you need to be more knowledgeable about this because everybody's speaking from a place. Not saying that you don't know what you're talking about, A Noel. I just want to verify. But I appreciate you providing that because that's the thing that y'all haven't posted. Everybody wants to say it would not say it's supposed to say 99% the father. But if it's supposed to be declaring him not the father, then what the hell is it supposed to say? Um,
Okay, just said yes, it would. It would say you're 99.99% excluded.
that's what I thought. But again, I haven't personally experienced paternity situations. So I don't have no breadth or knowledge in reference to that. But I thought that that's the case. And I thought that the 99.99 is because like going back to like law precedent, which precedent means a case happened before where somebody could get sued and to not be liable for if they're wrong, there's always that 99.9 versus saying 100% on both sides.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but going back to the comment that said some people feel like we take it easier on Karen than Fatima. I think I like what someone said. It was like no, we do hold them both accountable, but because there is such a larger Fatima fan base, it's like oh well y'all don't never say nothing nice about Fatima. That's a lie.
Who
I
said the
definitely
first
say things
part?
nice about I forget it's a little further up. Let me see who made that comment.
And I'm only asking
Um,
because I wanna see it and make sure I'm speaking directly to it. But I'm so glad this came up, yo. Like I'm really glad that this came up because one thing that I have definitely leaned more into is providing Karen the grace that she is not afforded by majority of everybody else. And I feel like that comes
Rajaya,
off.
um, it must have been a late because I didn't mean to cut you off with
No,
your
no,
statement.
no,
You
you're
were about
fine.
to. Um, it's okay if people feel that way, but it's like if you have 98% of the fandom of baby, I got you, I'm with you, we riding, we dying, we this, we that, and she has complete and what you have allowed your own interests and purposes to be pushed to the back burner of this relationship was that. That's the issue. Because when the audience will say, well, she chose to stay with Zach, that was her choice.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing applies to Fatima. It's
Mm-hmm.
no different. But because man, voices amplify that aspect of Fatima, and people are not used or people are not, accustomed to people holding Fatima, the character, accountable. But with Karen, it's okay because the majority of the fandom not her for what? And I'm not bashing Fatima, but I'm calling her out on the stuff. Why do you want to be here? And so when you the middle, people don't want to have those conversations. They just want us to be okay with what Fatima do. That don't rock over here. No, she
Hold
gonna get it
on.
just like everybody else.
Y'all said it's frozen. Oh, hold on. Which part did it cut out on? Wait, Carrie said exactly. So is some of y'all hearing us and some of y'all not? Did y'all catch what Ellie just said before we move forward? Because she made some really great points. Drop a one in the chat if you heard Ellie. Please and thank you.
It's going in and
It's
out.
going in and out. Ellie, can you go back and sum up what you were saying again? I should be back now. I had to clear up some space on my hard drive. I'm seeing green
Okay.
bars now, y'all. Oh
Okay.
wait, I'm seeing.
So basically what I was saying.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, so basically what I was saying was, the fandom as a whole is not accustomed to hearing voices amplified. 98 of the fandom bashes Karen for being and having this experience when it comes to Fatima. My issue with her is you have created yourself to be this ride or die chick. I'm gonna be with Zach regardless of how he disrespects me, how he disrespect those around me, those whom I love, my mother on down. Because let's not forget, Zach called Fatima a bitch as she walked out his house. So there's just certain things that Zach has done. I'm just like, I don't even know if Fatima is with him. So when Erica and I people don't want to deal with that. It's just easier to bash Karen when the reality is, I think a lot of the some of the issues that the fandom has with Karen is because they believe or know that there's a part of Zach's heart that will always belong or always be with her, if not the fact that he's still in love with Karen. And I think when those conversations begin to take place, it's easier to see Fatima for really what she is, which is a fraud, which is okay. But she needs to be honest with herself about Zach. I am not happy with you. I do not want you to be the father of Karen's child. And this is just where I am, but I don't want to remain here. And then what you gonna do, sis? Because this relationship ain't about you. Everything is about Zach. You've lost yourself. That is a problem. And you don't have anybody in your life to encourage you or hold you accountable. Angela ain't gonna do it. You ain't got nobody else. Damn, Andy ain't gonna do it. Who you got? Zach. And, so that's just my thing. Like, it ain't about being easier on Karen, but it's like, what does it look like if a little pee wee team is losing 100-10 in the game? They ain't finna come back. What I look like making that team play against varsity? You know what I'm saying? In my mind, like, that's how I look at the fandom when it's so Fatima and Zach heavy and bash Karen for whatever the hell she does. And I just choose not to be on that bandwagon. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna ever do that. And I just don't sit here and bash Fatima, but I'm gonna be honest about it. She get on my nerves because she don't have a storyline. Because honestly, I believe Tyler has written, or when he was writing, the character was so biased. It was obvious that that was a favorite of his. But now that the writers are coming in, they kind of shifting this a little bit. I'm here for it. Yeah. And I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Ain't gonna change it for nobody. Period. I don't care.
TNC Greatness says the Zatima cult wants everybody to hate and bash Karen like an inhumane dog. It's so evil in my opinion. Y'all hold her accountable when she's tripping, but y'all also give her deserved love and empathy. And I think that's the most succinct way that it can be said, because y'all know I'm a of many words. I'm a hoe of many words, okay? And some of the points you made, Allie, I'm 100% in agreement with. I'm not fully on board with the analogy, but I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say. Fine. So y'all done found y'all friends on Twitter, y'all done found y'all friends on Tumblr, and to be in this club, you gotta bash Karen. So you do it. That's part of it. That's the number one thing. Allie and I are not moving in any type of herd mentality. We're not even moving in a mentality that specifically, intentionally align with one another. We just happen to be two women of similar mindsets, which is why you get nuance in how we deliver what we damn deliver and how we see things. So that's one thing. The herd has a problem when you don't want to get your ass in line and join the herd. That's the first thing. So are we actually easier on Karen, or are you actually rejecting the fact that we won't go along to get along? Because most people in society who are not actually living their lives intentionally or thoughtfully or on purpose go along to get along, whether it serves what they actually believe or not. That's the first thing. The second thing, we hold Karen accountable, and I'm going to use All American as a good example for this. The ways that we do it, you don't appreciate it because it don't look like the ways that you expect it to happen. And also, you don't respect the character. Hold them accountable in my actual conversation about them. But the moment that character apologizes, the moment that character steps up, the moment that character accepts responsibility, the moment that character takes the onus on them, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to beat them over the head about. I gave you the great example about Andrea earlier today. I was on her ass before she told Jordan, I don't know this. Being able to trust my partner is new to me. That is all the accountability I need. So I don't have an Andrea rant for y'all tonight. But I think that that's the stuff that y'all be missing, because a lot of y'all are too caught up in the surface when Allie and I are very, very deep individuals. Not to toot our own horn, but we're deep individuals. And a lot of things become implied. We don't get credit for the fact that I'm off Andrea's ass. But y'all seen me on Andrea's ass just last week. But then the moment that she does something and she holds herself accountable, I have nothing to hold her accountable to because she did it herself. The problem that y'all are seeing and the dissonance that you're experiencing is that I'm always on Fatima's ass these days. Allie is always on Fatima's ass these days because nobody else is on her ass. And she's not even on her own ass. She's not being held accountable for her insecurity. She's not being accountable for not trusting her partner, but lying and saying that she do trust her partner. She's not being accountable for not setting a damn wedding date, but then jumping in Karen's face talking about she the damn fiance she gonna be around. You don't get it both ways, baby. So yes, Allie and I are gonna speak on it. That don't mean that we're not holding Karen accountable, because when Karen decides that she wants to run after Zach and Zach don't want her no more, she gets her face crushed by Zach. And if Fatima comes back and says he don't want you no more, and then her best friend Danny also says he don't want you no more, and then she gotta sit with that pain and be like, damn, he don't want me no more. That is her accountability. So now I don't have to get on here and be like, you dumb because you knew that. Da, 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 da. She knows it. We're watching her. We're watching her take accountability and feel it, experience it. Y'all would hear boo from me if Fatima was actually suffering the consequences for her actions, but she don't. So I'm gonna keep talking. I don't know. Did that make sense, Allie? I hope it made sense because I was feeling it when I said it.
Girl, that made all the sense in the world. It made all, and it's something very important that you stated. All that was really good. But something that you stated that stuck out. I have literally been on Twitter and I have seen threads. I'm talking about like so many comments and replies where this one young lady said, the writers bet not try to make us like Karen this season. So you're already in a mindset where, regardless of what Karen does, says, whatever, you are locked in on, I ain't trying to like this character. And my whole thing is, you don't have to like the character. I don't like Zach. I never have liked Zach, probably never will like the character of Zach. But even tonight, when I feel like Zach has done something that is mature, I thought it was a great gesture. I always give Zach props for the things that he does that I can rock with. I may not like him, but I can give props. There are people who can't stand Karen, And regardless of what she does, when she brought over the stuff for Michael, why she doing that? What she think that's gonna get that back? She can't do a nice deed.
Mm-hmm.
She can't do something nice. So you're already programmed, even though you don't like her, you're not trying to see beyond that. I don't like Zach, but when he does something I can rock with, I will always give that character props. Will always give that character props. When season six came on, I think it was the second part of season six when Zach came talking about going to things. It changes. So it's like, and we definitely don't try to please everybody. That's not what it is.
And Xanatar said she curses Zach out on his mess. Danny as well. The only one I've never seen her come down on is Sabrina. And I would say that that's the damn truth because Sabrina don't do nothing. If y'all can name me one thing that Sabrina did to anybody that she need to be held accountable for,
I called Sabrina ass out, and I think it was season two because I wanted Sabrina to have a backbone with Calvin.
oh, but we do
You
that. But with Calvin, we do that. We say that
that
she need to
it was
stand
like
up
you
for
wanted to know if he
herself.
did drugs.
She need to
You
drop this
never
man.
asked
Yeah,
him.
okay.
You had Maurice give him a drug test at the bank. I'm like, baby, feel like you doing it. Like that part, I
Yeah,
wasn't a fan of, but I do believe at the end of the fatigue, Sabrina is such a sweet person.
yeah.
I believe
So
sweet person,
maybe that
but you know
would
she
count to me. But I feel like that's a great place to end, y'all. Shout out to y'all for diving in deep for that. Now we have a little bit of sound bites that we can go ahead and plug since people be a little bit confused. Hi, Vaughn. Thank you so much, Boo. We're about to get out of here. She's not deciding to trust Zach unconditionally since she's staying regardless. Decide to trust him with reckless abandon. That would be her actually being accountable to the decisions that she's made before and deciding to move different. Her being accountable is not having her face cracked by a moment that is not romantic, it's not sexual, but you gonna take it there because you're insecure about it. That's not you being accountable. That's you still feeding your delusion. And that's no shade towards you, but like I'm glad that you gave that specific point because I could speak to that specific point. Do you think that that's her being held accountable? Good night, A Noel. Allie, you think that's Fatima being held accountable?
oh shoot, if what part I missed some of the things you said.
Um, Rajaya says, I think Fatima dealing with this is actually her accountability. Her actually dealing with Zach showing a little affection towards Karen. Do you think that that's Fatima's
No,
accountability?
that's not any accountability because Fatima is not going to change anything. When you take account, it's like when people say, I don't want to hear an apology, or the best apology you can give is change behavior. Seeing something that already verifies what Fatima believes, that's not what accountability is.
Mm-hmm.
That's her of reality. That's her seeing this man operate as a father. It's not accountability. There's nothing accountable about that, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. And like Tiffany Banks said, that moment wasn't even about her, so she can't even be. Accountability would have been her taking her ass home, regardless of what her mom was telling her in that moment.
Yeah. Accountability would have been, well, babe, I do want to support you, but Karen did ask me not to come to her appointment, and I'm not going to do. That's taking responsibility for something I really want, but I'm not going to do it because she is, and you know what? That's between y'all. That's having a mature type of mindset when it comes to functioning and taking accountability for your own actions. Because showing up to the hospital was easy. I mean, you shouldn't have been there. The accountable thing to do was not show up. The responsible thing to do was not show up. And you show up and you get your face cracked. You show up and get your feelings hurt because you shouldn't have been there. But hey, hard head
Yeah,
make us off behind like oh.
that part. Linda, I think you might be right too. Accountability would be for her to bounce, pulling back in a relationship, setting up some parameters, communicating boundaries, establishing the
Bound
relationship that she expects versus getting just allowing things to play out and then getting mad when the things that she want to happen don't happen.
yeah.
Yeah. But y'all, this has been a great one. Shout out to y'all for joining us. Y'all know I was tickled. I'm sorry that I was late, but we made it. We here. We almost 3 hours in. The breakdowns is gonna be live. Feel free to jump in the comments as y'all typically do.
Okay,
I'm
gonna
glad
be
we got to unpack a bunch of stuff at the end. If y'all have further questions, if you're catching this on a replay, then feel free to drop your comments in the comment section. We will still see it. We will come back and check it out. Um, you can always do that with Allie and I. If you really feel a way, if you really feel like, oh, we're biased, or you really like, that's never a problem to have that conversation with y'all from Allie and I. I'm gonna go ahead and speak for my good sis Allie as well. It's when people come disingenuinely and just wanna, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And it's like, where do we have a conversation about from there? But we can always have a conversation. I love the conversation actually, because there's so much learning in it. And that's the part of this that I really want people to get, specifically when y'all watch my platform. It's like, yes, this is entertainment. Yes, this is fun, but I'm always going to tell y'all it's more than a show, because so much of this applies to real life. And if you allow it, it can help you shift your mindset or strengthen your mindset on how.
if somebody don't like Karen and you tell me why you don't, we can have a discussion about it. But you know, to say, well, I'm team for team, well, I can't do nothing with that.
Right. Like, what are we supposed to do with that? Ellie, I think your camera went off, so it took you off the screen, but it's all good.
I'm sorry, I did
No, you
because
good.
my phone wasn't
You good, you good, you
at
good.
the
That's why she's not on screen right now, y'all. It's not me. I don't want it to be like weird, like
really.
why. Um, but yes, have a great rest of y'all's week. Enjoy the weekend. February just kind of got up in here and got up out of here. Ciao.
Karen got
Members, look out. We're gonna have a members only live on Monday. Cannot wait to do so. And yeah, we appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Ciao.